So many things. All the sounds. All the sounds happen. Hi, Ashley. Thank you for your resub. Carl, thank you for your resub. Carl's currently on the streak that is the answer to the universe and everything. So, oh my god. There, that's better. Anyways, hi! Sassy, I need to know how you're- Oh! This is hype trading! Super hype trading Game Nut! Thank you so much! Thank you so much. I don't know why this is- Let's get that up front, so that way then, if it happens again, my arm won't block it. I don't know why it was suddenly behind me. Game Nut, thank you very much for your 74 months. Jesus Christ. Yes, we are hype training right now. We're almost to the next level. We're almost there. We got 4.5 minutes. Anyways, hi! Sassy, how is... Oh, you said that in the mod chat, though, not the public one. How's your classmate? I'm gonna phrase it like that. Thank you. It's... Jeff and I did date night last night. I'm gonna take this off. It's not quite as good because it's been in a clip all day, but yeah, so I actually like did my hair like down and stuff. So it was like very adorable and everything. But now it's in a clip because I need it off of me. Yeah, we went to our speakeasy last night, which is great because we have a story from it. But I'm gonna wait for James. There we go. But yeah, it's like I got some like good like curl pattern going on. It's wild. Okay. Things and stuff and things. Mom and I just finished listening to the second to last episode of the 11th Hour. God, 11th Hour is so good. 11th Hour is very good. I think I'm behind on owning the graphic novels. I should check which ones I have. Because I think Suffering Game is recently out or is about to be out, and they've announced pre-orders. I don't remember what it is. But I was like, I gotta look. Listening to you in the car thing. I have to behave then a little bit. Hi, Ashley's mom. Also, Pathos, thank you for the 8 bits. Appreciate it. Yeah, my hair's gotten very long. Like, you saw how long it was. That's curled. So when it is straight, it's wild. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, so how's everybody doing? Oh. Jeff, I know you tried to warn me about that whiskey before I used it, but even with the warning, I wasn't prepared for that. I think you said the cover was just... Okay. All right, that might be it. Yeah, no, I need to check my stash. How's everybody doing? It's Wednesday. We're getting there. Time is timing. You got a little bit more for a hype train. 4 shaves and 4 haircuts. There we go. Can come save you and make you something new and sealed. No, I'm not gonna make you drink this one. Like, I don't need a good thing right now. Like, it's fine. But I wasn't prepared for the way that was gonna taste. Coughing up a ton of grossness. Oh no! Are you still sick? I said it and you're always sick. How's it? Jen got through all of her holiday prep for the store, which is good. So I have all of those dice done and photographed, and the previews are live on the website. So that is all up, and if you're in the Discord and haven't seen it, and you are a Dice Goblin, you should check out the Long Dog Dice channel in there for secrets. So those are done, and now I'm cranking through stuff to try to have some extra duplicates for things for the holiday update, maybe. And also trying to get a bunch of stuff done and made for PAX. So yeah. It's very, very busy. Lots of sanding. Lots of painting. It's very busy, but we're getting there. And it is a temporary crunch. So yeah. No, we're fine. Organizing my plushies. Oh my god. I love that sentence so much. I have my little collection over here. This is giving me Ninja Turtles game vibes. Specifically, Sassy. This is making me— ah! Sassy, thank you for gifting a sub to push the hype train over. Hey, let's enjoy your tiara. This is reminding me of the Ninja Turtle game we were bad at. Like, not the arcade one, but the one with the seaweed. This music is reminding me of going around the buildings. So... Fuck the seaweed. Fuck that whole thing. Back is all fuckered up because my computer chair broke while I was sitting on it. Oh no! Woof. Yeah. My biggest problem is that we've had a huge shift in weather, so my knees constantly hurt because I'm old. Yeah, seaweed. Yeah, that seaweed was so specific and so particular. Anyways, we're gonna do this. James will be here eventually. We got stuff to talk about. Hey, you guys want a teaser? Do you guys want a teaser or something? The thing that I'm gonna talk about at the end of the stream. So if you're not gonna be around at the end of the stream, I'll tell you right now. There's gonna be another stream tomorrow night. There's gonna be another stream tomorrow with a friend right here, and we're gonna have some shenanigans. You didn't hear that from me. Remember none of the seaweed? No, Sass, no! No, you know the seaweed. You know the seaweed, because the seaweed was getting into the city area with all the fucking buildings. You can't whisper some plane was flying overhead. I'm so sorry, Carl. You'll just have to be here at the end of the stream. You've seen the seaweed. You've at least watched me do the seaweed if you didn't do it. Dana, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't know how you don't remember the seaweed. The seaweed was the make or break point of that game. That was the quit point. That was that you could be totally fine and lose all 4 of your dudes immediately. That was the stuff that haunted everyone. That was like the thing that ever you could talk about with anybody. God. Resident Evil with Christian. Oh, Christian, you can't track down Christian. I'm not convinced he's real anymore. Anyways, we're gonna Persona. We're gonna Persona because I need to date Makoto. We're gonna get there this time. I think we're mostly out of cutscene hell. I'm hoping, maybe. Well, that didn't work. Okay. All right. What did you mute instead? Instead of the thing you were supposed. There we go. Got it. We're good now. And turn that off. Okay, great. Everything should be fine. I'm trying to schedule stuff with Christian multiple times. Yeah, no, if you can get him to respond, that's already a feat and a half. And then to respond in such a way that he's actually going to be somewhere. Usually when I text him, I will get a response 3 days later. It's like, oh, sorry. No, I can't. And it's like, cool, I figured. He is impossible. So, we have not forgotten about the Resident Evil. We did have a conversation relatively recently where that came up, and he was just big, heavy sigh. Yeah. It's like, fair. So hopefully things will get better for him soon, and we can actually try to do stuff. All right. Where are we at? Yes. Okay. He's having Ben flashbacks. Okay, yeah, so we did the beach, and that was fine. We lit fireworks out in the street. How are you, plant?
Nice.
Okay, plant is fine. Will you let me? Yeah, you'll let me go down here, but you won't let me leave. Right?
Hey.
Yeah, okay. Can I call? Hey. No. Can I could clean, because cleaning ups my kindness, correct?
Hey.
Yeah. No, I didn't need you to say that. Because this tells me where my stats are. Okay. Okay, so proficiency is real bad right now. Okay. I don't need the flushing. We didn't need the flushing. So yeah, I think cleaning does kindness.
Well then.
Yes, do that. Come on, do it. Do it.
That should do it for now.
It's just one, but it's fine. I'm getting there. Because kindness is, yeah, that's the one that's only at 3. Oof. Big oof.
Hey.
Alright, sleepy times. No! Didn't we just do this? Didn't we just do this?
Listen up, inmate. Our master wants a word with you.
It seems you formed a contract with another new ally. This is the owner of quite a different type of power. It will help guide you all to further heights as thieves.
What do you want from me?
Worry not. You are steadily approaching the realization of your goal.
That's why I'm worried.
This is not necessarily to prove so, but I shall increase the number of personas you can hold at once.
I mean, yay, but...
From here on, your tale will make great progress. Hone your powers even further, and prepare for the time that will soon come. I expect great things from you.
His fingers look like they got slammed in a car door. I just realized I might have been in front of it. Alright, 12, great.
Alright.
Until we meet again.
What? That's fucked up.
It is time, inmate. Return to your world.
Could we not have included this in the last conversation we had? Like, why'd you gotta wake me up twice in a row? Ugh.
Morning.
Never mind, we're still doing cutscenes.
Ooh, a uniform. Make sure you study hard.
Futaba says she's going to shift to living a morning person's life.
Oh god, that sounds terrible. Also, we should talk about the TV.
A healthy mission starts with a healthy lifestyle.
Like, okay.
Mission?
But you also, like, yeah, be careful about that. But then also, like, being a morning person isn't inherently healthier than being a night owl.
And on to breaking news.
Uh-oh.
In regard to the so-called Phantom Thieves events that have been a hot topic among the general public, the Prime Minister held a press conference at his official residence to address the problem.
The government acknowledges the current rumors of the group called the Phantom Thieves. We are currently confirming facts with the police and wish to deal with it in an appropriate...
Even the Prime Minister's talking about the Phantom Thieves?
They're allies of justice, after all.
Uh-oh.
They change hearts, huh? I wonder if it's true.
Looks like we're finally being recognized across the country.
The number of times we've said looks like we're finally being recognized is absurd. Yes, you've been recognized. That's not a good thing. Let's stay calm.
Even though you have ambitions, you remain cool, I bet you stole that from me.
You're the one who was just saying shit! Anyways.
Let's find clues on that case as soon as we can, too. And resolve it ourselves.
What case? I genuinely don't remember. What?
For Futaba's sake, too.
Oh, or are we talking about... we're talking about Futaba's mom. Okay.
You two really get along, don't you?
Yeah, totally. It's totally
You're
normal.
gonna be late if you don't get going soon.
Yeah, I know.
Good luck on your student duties.
She said duty.
The age group with the most belief in the Phantom Thieves seems to be teenagers.
The disdain with which he said that.
We've even received messages about how the Phantom Thieves are all students talk about these days.
Do you know about them?
They're the only thing my daughter speaks to me about. She's been glued to this fan site thing. I thought it was just an ordinary website.
This sounds like a
Lately, they've added
cult.
polling feature to ask who you'd like to see have a change of heart.
Oh no.
Given people's heightened expectations, it's been receiving a lot of votes.
Oh no.
Huh. Maybe I should go vote for our company president. Change his heart so he'll raise our salaries. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Oh boy. I'm in pain. I'm in physical pain.
It's all over.
The Phantom Thieves are great!
Look at the power walkers on the right-hand side of the screen. Option to rank people. This is so bad. Mishima.
Second term's already started.
This feels abnormally
I think
loud
this
in this
every
room.
year, but isn't summer vacation too short?
It felt forever. We were busy. I was hitting on my
guess it
D&D
depends
character
on how you look at it.
analog.
We kind of got to visit Egypt in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's totally how we could look at it.
All right, let's begin homeroom. Let's see. We've just gotten back from vacation, but starting next Monday is the school trip.
Like, look at how many people are in this room. That's not a lot. It was very loud in here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You students are so lucky. You get an entire month off for summer and get to go to Hawaii, too.
We're going to Hawaii?
Make sure that none of you cut loose too much, okay?
That sounds dope.
Okay, settle down. That concludes homeroom.
School trip, huh? I guess we won't be able to act as Phantom
Takamaki-san!
Why would you? There's literally someone sitting 2 feet away from you.
You can speak English, right?
Basically, yeah.
That's amazing.
I lived over there, so it's nothing that special.
Hey, if there's something we're not sure of in English, can we ask you about it?
Huh?
Oh god, all the peepees. Yeah, that was about to be all they were talking about in our room, too, if An hadn't fucking stopped herself. No. This is like the worst time for all of this. Ah! It's love you so much! Appreciate it. 5 more to the funny number. All you do is vote. Isn't that kind of pointless? What else would you... What? God. Something bit me, but now my neck is itchy.
There you guys are.
She actually came out to the fucking train station. Also, why are we meeting here? Why are we meeting here? Futaba, of all people, has to know how bad of an idea this is.
Futaba! Did you come here by yourself?
I went to get her since I got out of school early.
What a patronizing Inari.
Well then, let's get talking. What do we do now? Should we go after another big target?
I'm gonna strangle all of you.
That's important
I
too,
expect
but
better from you, Gwen.
What about that villain in the cognitive world?
It's almost certain that this person exists. What's more, they're inducing mental shutdowns. We certainly can't turn a blind eye.
Yeah, but we don't got any clues.
Here's the thing about this mental shutdown thing, is as far as we know at this point, that can only really be a thing if somebody, like, has a palace, because you have to, like, kill their shadow for that to be a thing that happens. So, like, I mean, I guess if you're working on this, I'm just trying to think about, like, the people that have had shutdowns. Futaba's mom kind of makes sense. that she would have one, but like, random dude driving the train? What the fuck was he up to?
But, you know how we're totes popular right now?
I need you to stop.
Everyone at school's talking about us, and not a day goes by when you don't hear about it on TV either. We totally made it big, don't you think?
Oh my god.
True. The rankings on the Phantom Aficionado website have been crazy too.
You mean this?
Huh? What the hell? First place keeps changing by the second.
People are voting around the clock after all.
If we go after these guys, I'm sure we'll score some big cash at least once.
Please stop.
What would you use money like that for?
To pay you to shut the fuck up. Yeah, I'm not thinking about it. I'm not looking at money.
Acting all stoic like that ain't cool, you know.
Acting like I don't want to get caught is, though.
Are you fine with that, Futaba? Even though it's related to what happened to your mother.
It's not okay. I'm definitely gonna punch that guy.
Yeah.
The culprit forcing mental shutdowns. If you think about it, there's no bigger target than that. If we can change his heart and get a confession out of him, we'll be on top of the world for real. Should we reveal our identity?
No!
Oh,
No!
The chicks are gonna be all over us.
Whoa, whoa. You want us to show our faces?
Yeah, let's talk about the fact that, like, you are being hunted down. Like, the police are like, this is illegal. You can't be doing this. You can't.
I guess that might be okay.
No!
I see. If the true culprit confesses, the existence of the metaverse will become known. There would be no need for us to remain in hiding in such a questionable manner.
No, there still would be reason. Oh my god. They're all so stupid.
Hey, we're not doing this to stand out, you know.
Thank you, Gwen.
Being unknown is the allure of being a phantom.
You're also guilty of this too, Morgana.
But considering the hype now, it's gonna be one hell of a huge deal if we pull it off.
Are there really no clues regarding those mental shutdown cases?
No, I don't think that's true at all.
If I remember right, wasn't the older Nijima sister investigating it?
Yes, I can pry and ask about it. But she'll just tell me to mind my own business and get angry with me.
Uh-oh. Oh shit, Ashley, did it already get there? Hell yeah.
If you can't ask her, wanna just extract that data? Does she have a personal laptop or something?
Oh my god, yes. I'm on board with this plan.
Don't tell me.
I can lend you a storage device with my special gimmick on it.
Oh
Just
shit.
stick this baby in and it'll clone the internal hard drive. It'll even bypass the OS password.
Oh shit.
You'll have to plug it directly into her laptop though. Can you do it?
Sis does bring her laptop home sometimes.
Oh my god.
But I'm not comfortable going that far.
Ooh, is Futaba gonna do something amazing again?
Come on, Gwen, you can do
Are
it.
you scared of seeing how your sister truly feels?
I don't think it was that. I think it's scared of what happens if she catches me do it.
No! Of course not.
Or maybe also a little of that.
Fine, I'll do it.
This is gonna be a big yikes. This is gonna be a big yikes.
What? I was in a tabloid magazine? But I gave a gag order in regard to Mr. Kamoshida's case.
A gag? What do you mean you gave a gag order? To who? What does that even mean? You have no actual power over anyone.
Please, wait! Please give me some time!
Uh-oh.
I will find evidence on the Phantom Thieves for sure.
I sense someone's about to have a mental shutdown and throw themselves into traffic or something.
I couldn't have made it this far had it not been for your assistance, sir. So, please, please let me... No! No!
Oh, God. Yeah, you're gonna die. And it's gonna be bad. Yes, summer's already over. We know that because I, like, went... Oh, my God. God, we've only been doing this for 6 months. Oh, man. Oh, I hate both of these. Ashley, I'm so glad you like the celestial plane as a chonk is just so good, and I was very excited about all the mass heals came out. Because it is true, and this is just adding to the pressure. Sorrow, no!
Let's leave this to Makoto. I'm sure she'll be able to pull it off.
Hey. So bad. Okay, so no, nothing's there. Okay. So, I am still. Let's see. Nope. Okay. Where's? Okay, yeah, because that's where. Okay. So we can't get you. Okay. All right. So I can't get Robbie Damon right now. I could do get teacher going. How are you? Oh! Alright, I'm locked out of that right now. Okay, so I'm gonna need to... need to speedrun kindness. No, Scar... What? Both you and Pathos, how dare you?
Bye.
Okay, she's only Fridays and Saturdays. You're the ones who made it weird, though. Alright, let's see. Kindness is... I feel like I could just clean again. I feel like we just do that. I feel like we just do that, because I can't get to any of the people I need to.
Hey! Well then.
Yep, do it. Okay.
Oh.
Hey! Oh, okay, doing it while he's here gives me bonus points. Oh, I need to see what this message is.
Sorry.
Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you would help Morgana.
That should do it for now.
Is Liz here? I don't think Liz is here. I think Liz is D&Ding. I need to know what else I can do to get kindness up. Mom says you do good work and she's impressed. Yay! Thank you, Mom! Okay. Hey, Robbie Damon!
Did you get a tan? You seem different.
Is my character actually a little bit darker?
Oh, yes. Thank you for the coffee last time. It is a lovely cafe. I haven't relaxed that much in a while.
I'm gonna be nice.
That's nice of you to say.
I can tell you don't mean it.
Especially lately, since it seems I'm hated by those who support the Phantom Thieves.
He does kind of need a haircut, just a little bit though.
Anyhow, it seems your school's in trouble. The media is reporting that the whole school was involved in the cover-up about that gym teacher.
Oh yeah! You know, that's like old news. That's like several months old news.
Those unfortunate students were made victims, all because adults valued their own conveniences.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna need you to like really focus on the things that you're saying, because I feel like this is relevant to you.
This is unforgivable, no matter the reason.
Oh boy!
Let me know if you need anything. I'll do my best so that the case is wrapped up quickly.
Interesting! Interesting. Oh no. It's not that hard to believe. People are terrible. Oh.
What up?
Hello, rendered person.
Did you see that ad in the train?
Are you about to say something stupid where this person's gonna hear us? What ad?
The media's gonna come to our school. At least be a little interested in it.
No.
Cover up by faculty and principal of Shujin Academy, where the Phantom Thieves first appeared.
I don't like whoever this is in the background!
It's been a huge deal already.
Ryuji, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Don't say things about us being the Phantom Thieves. Don't do it.
I wonder what's gonna happen to the principal now. Anyways, we made the right choice going after big targets. Everywhere I go, people are talking about us.
Thank you, Sassy. I also love my fancy foot switch.
Whoa!
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm fine. That girl just now, don't you think she was fine?
Shut the fuck up. Who was
Phantom
she?
Thieves are on fire right now, so I wonder if I got a chance if I asked her out?
No one's
It
supposed
sucks that I can't just say I'm actually a Phantom Thief to anybody.
You are. It does suck that you are not supposed to do that. Yes, you do it constantly. God, I hate you for so many reasons.
Did you do it too, Teach? The whole cover-up thing?
Uh-oh. Are we, like, is everyone just figuring this out? Wasn't this, like, in April?
This is the first time I'm hearing about it, too. Even if the police ask you anything, you better not make irresponsible comments to them.
That sounds like a threat.
Seriously, why does this keep happening? All my relatives are gonna call me again. Oh, perfect timing.
Gwen was just gonna leave.
I think you might have been told this already, but it's about the school trip.
Yeah?
You know how the police have been coming to the school again because of that incident?
Uh-oh.
So, a number of the senior faculty are going to be called in for questioning, and that day just happens to overlap with the school trip.
Yes, I've been told so.
Now, this came up at the faculty meeting, but the plan is to have third years to act as our proxies.
You're gonna send all these people to Hawaii without actual teachers, just third-year students?
I'm so sorry to drop this on you, Nijima-san, but we'll be counting on you.
What?
You know, a lot of the second years this year happen to be unique.
This is wildly irresponsible.
You must have your hands full with the entrance exams, but I'm sure you'll be fine with your grades.
Oh my god!
Don't worry. There'll be a couple more people going besides you.
If that's the case, very well.
Oh boy.
Really? Oh, thank goodness.
But could she say no?
I'll go ahead and pass this news on then.
Holy shit.
I guess that works out.
You can keep an eye on Ryuji, I guess, but fucking Christ.
Listen this time, okay?
I'll have Dr. Murky call. Wasn't he already? I'm so confused. Wasn't he already just always here? Because of this reason? Am I losing my mind?
Man.
well, I still got a bunch of social link levels to do with him, so we'll do... Oh, Chalkman. Alright. I'm getting ready. Kenshi showed up in the rankings! Oh my gosh! Who cares? Yeah, like what is she supposed to do? If she doesn't come home with the laptop, Makoto can't do anything. Joel, be careful not to stand out. Oh, no, we need to tell you. Yeah, don't gotta tell you twice. We have to tell you repeatedly every couple of minutes.
Hey,
all right.
Are you listening?
Here we go. Okay. Oh, I didn't get it this time. That's fine.
Pay attention.
Couldn't remember what the button was, and I just didn't hit all of them. It's bold of that man to, like, cause me physical injury while the school is being investigated for covering up abuse. Let's keep it even lower profile than usual. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Oh, hey! How are you? Yeah. Same here. Well, not... Yeah. Oh, boy. Okay. I need to find... No, I'm not people watching. We're gonna... hopefully find... What do I want? This one? I need to find sandals. Hey, there he is! Hey, buddy!
Welcome.
Good work? What does that mean? What do you mean, good work today?
I'm sorry.
Oh no, what stat do I need for you?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Alright, fine. Okay. Let's find Gwen. So someone's... I don't know where Gwen usually is. Someone's at the courtyard. Entrance. Or not at the courtyard, but... Oh, no, okay, that's where I am currently. Just kidding. Okay. Got it. Okay. Where's... Come back when you have real problems, right? Gwen is by the library, but she doesn't show up. She's not there. I would have expected her to be near the student council room, if anything. So.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Well, fuck me, I guess. What other stuff do I do? How could I get... Fair and interesting. I mean, she might be. Who knows? Go to Jimbo. Let's see. I feel like there was something I felt like I needed to do some shopping for. There was something I needed to go look for. And then there was... Yeah, I need to know what to do about getting kindness up. I guess we'll go here and maybe try to get some electronics. Try to get some things. Let's see, what do we got?
Wow.
Okay. What do we got here?
Take your time.
Sure. Give me one of those. That's a crazy fucking toothbrush. Okay. What is this?
Oh.
What are these capsule machines? Sure. I don't know what comes out of them. I don't know what that is either.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's load up on some stuff. Oh! Yeah, give me... We're just gonna buy out this vending machine. Beautiful. Yeah, I've discovered Pokemon. You're not wrong.
Oh.
Give me all of these things. I look insane. Strawberry curry drink? That's a lot of HP to somebody. Oh, but it makes you... Ew, I just... What is happening? Yeah, so it restores your HP, but you, like, suffer a bad thing for it? Maid Cafe. Oh, I'm not going in there. What are you? Welcome home? What does that mean? I don't know. Sure, somebody's gonna like that. Yes, this is me asking. I need to know how to get my kindness up. Other, you know, that is accessible right now. That's the thing, is things I can do with my afternoon. Telling me shit that I can do at night is not helpful right now. Oh, Flower Shop gets my thing up? Okay. I'll do that then, yeah, because I can't get to anybody else. Flower Shop is in Shibuya? I feel like. Yeah! Thank you, Flash. My brain shut down for a second there. Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Let's work. Get some money, get some kindness.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't explain things to you last time. It's been months since I've been here.
Let's see.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I have to pick flowers? Oh, no. Oh.
I appreciate it.
Large, brightly colored flowers. Are you going to show me pictures?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay, large, brightly colored. So, that's normal, small, large yellow. So maybe that. Large, brightly colored. Okay. Okay. So let's go with... Sure, let's go with that. Stinking olive. I love that. Let's see. I already picked yellow, so let's do yellow and white. And then... Rose is so cliche. Is it like, what kind of pink, though? Yeah, sure, we'll do that one.
What do you want to do?
God, I don't know, man. Yay? Nay? Probably nay.
Amazing!
Oh, good!
Here.
Oh, hell yeah.
You did great.
Nice.
Oh, 3 music notes. Do it. Yes! Okay. That's good.
All right.
I still need to... At least that one's no longer fully behind, but...
Want to head back?
Okay. This is okay. This is progress.
Hey.
It's the same thing. Yeah, it's like, it's the same thing, though. It's just the same thing. No, my God. I'm sure she will let us know. No, she doesn't want to, but she will do it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. Yeah, be careful.
Ooh, I can't wait to see what comes of this.
God. I hate all of you. Interesting. Bringing up the secondhand shop. Ah! Alright. What do I got this time? These gauge student knowledge. I mean, okay, it's not exams, because that's too many words. Pull an all-nighter. Cram. And then your rat race result. I don't know what that means. Study aids? Books? No, there's not even a B. I don't know what that is. Okay. So I just got rid of some letters. And that might even be right. These gauge student knowledge. I thought it was going to be exams. Tests. No. Like, it's the same thing. Fuck. I don't actually know. Race result. There's no G either. Coffee. No, that also doesn't fit. Yeah, like, I don't know what the rat race thing is. Like, that has to be cram. Rat race study aids. Exams, tests, practicals. That's too long. Finals? Still don't know what the other ones are. It does fit with that. Hey! Still don't know what the rat race thing is, but... goodness.
All right.
Cool. Great. Nice. Perfect. Love that. Love that for me. Get smarter. I got a thing. Okay. Oh, God. You did not text me that. I'm gonna look first. Yeah, you're not there. So, oh God, we're gonna do that, but I'm very upset about it. Oh, what about... Nope, not doing that. Okay. Oh. Boy. Is this just like a mass text you send out? Or did you... Nope, she knows she's texting me. Oh, God. Stop calling me master. Rat race was stress. Oh, interesting. What were the study aids? I want to know that one, too.
Hey.
Oh, my God. This is so uncomfortable. Her hand is on my leg. Her hand is on my leg. No, it's not sweet. What are you doing?
Definitely not.
What? And the face? What is happening? No. Can't do that last one. I mean, yeah, it's super rude of him. Are you actually that unaware? Yeah, you might be getting there.
Master?
No? No honest opinions here. There's no safe answer here. That's too flirtatious. This is too rude. I'm gonna go with this one. This feels like the least troublesome. Thank God. I thought she was gonna get real mad that I wouldn't give her an actual answer. Oh no! Oh, it's sad now! Oh.
Sorry.
Alright, there we go. What do we got? God, it's only 4. I feel like I've been suffering under this for way more than just 4 levels.
Alright.
So...
That's okay, because I don't remember what it was you said. Okay. You're a bad teacher. Why did you lie to me? Put an end to this. What do you mean? What are you talking? You're talking like we're in a relationship. Oh.
Looks like you're busy. I'm listing up the evidence that's been taken into storage. It's a chore that any part-timer could do. I don't have time to waste on something like this. It felt like my irritation would show on my face at the office, so I brought it home.
Okay, why aren't they having somebody else do it?
Sorry to hear. The Phantom Thieves case isn't so easy that I could pursue it in my spare time. The media keeps making a ruckus about it, so people have been wary whenever we make inquiries. Why I couldn't get anything out of a man who seemed to have intel. I even tried threatening him.
Okay, first of all, don't do that, but also, let's tell me more about this man.
All I did was question him a bit harshly.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'll be going on a school trip starting next week. The senior faculty are being questioned, so I'll be going in their stead.
Because that's normal.
Sounds good to me. The school will owe you for it. It won't get in the way of your entrance exams, will it?
Not at all. Feel free to take a bath first. I need to study.
Okay. I think I'll do that.
This should do it, right?
Oh my god. I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed.
Makoto?
I'm so stressed!
Yes?
I want to change my toothbrush.
Okay.
I bought a new one already. It's on the shelf.
Thanks.
Hurry. No way already. That was fast.
I'm not really in the mood to relax in the tub.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Oh, it's so close to being done, too.
Just rip it! Just rip it!
Oh, sis?
What is it?
I bought a new bath salt. It's on the same shelf, so would you mind putting it in the tub?
Not at all.
Yes.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Okay. We're fine. Hi, James is here. I'll get him in the call in a second. I need a minute. That was so stressful. That was so stressful. Oh my god. Hi! Oh no, people can't hear you. What happened? I even checked it. Where's the button? There it is. Okay, they can probably hear you now.
I came in at Gwen being the most Gwen that has ever Gwen'd in Persona 5.
See, if things hadn't popped off the way they had popped off, I had a plan for the door that's in Arturo's tower that we all now know what it is. That I had been forbidden from opening. Oh, that was absolutely... Like, when we got back from Chromix, the first thing I was going to do was pull a mission like this to get fucking in there. So...
It's just...
Yeah.
Atlas knows. Atlas knows the Breach story arc, and they're like, you know what? We're going to put this into a game in 2017.
Yeah. You could feel it happening. Anyways, how are you?
I am good. How are you, Jen? How are you, chat?
I'm doing okay. James, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you know what the difference is between wallpaper and toilet paper?
Yes, I do.
Well, you've ruined my joke, first of all, which I feel like you could tell was happening, but...
Yes.
But now I'm sad.
No, Jen.
No,
I don't know.
No, it's already gone.
You know what this is? You know, there about 2.5 years ago, I got really excited because I wanted to tell a joke, a pirate joke on National Pirate Day, and I asked, do you know what a pirate's favorite letter is? And you said X very smugly, and you ruined my joke, and I've never forgotten. I've never forgotten that. So you're welcome.
Fair. You know what? Fair. We're even now. Also, Flash, I used to be able to name them all in order. If you put me... If I had to actually do it, I don't think I could do them in order anymore. But I could absolutely name all original 151. We could absolutely do that.
Yeah, I probably could as well. Definitely not in order, but yeah. I could probably get to 151.
Yeah, somebody would need to be like keeping the list. There was a website, I can't remember what it was called anymore. That was just full of like random quizzes. And it was like, name all the Pokemon. Like, here's a bunch of like logos. What are all the companies? Whatever. And you would like be able to type your answers in, and they would be timed or whatever. I want to say it started with a Q. No, it was Sporkle. You're right. It was Sporkle. I don't know where I got Q from. I used to so yeah, like Sporkle has a thing that was like name all the Pokemon or whatever, and so like that would be how I would pass time in a class that I was required to attend, but I was like, I don't need to be here. I was like, I already know all of this. Thank you.
I have in my mind been going through, just think like if I could mentally think of them all, and I realized that my bias skews toward Pokemon Blue, like whatever the exclusive ones on Blue were, because that was what I had. So like I was on the Ponyta instead of the what was it, Growlithe. I think was red.
Yeah. Ponyta and Growlithe were separated. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what the separations were.
Yeah, I think Pinsir and the praying mantis one, whatever, I can't remember the praying mantis one. Scyther, yeah, there you go. Scyther was red. Pinsir was blue.
Yeah, I don't remember where the splits were, because I played yellow, and that one kind of had like a weird amalgamation of the two.
Oh, yeah, that was a weird. Is that the one where Pikachu followed you around?
Yeah. Yeah, so... Flash is saying we could do a stream where we just do that quiz. Here's the thing, that'd be a very short stream. I would finish it in like 8 minutes. Now I feel like I've said that, and that's a problem. Someone's gonna be like, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold you to that?
Oh my god.
Hey, you know what? Remember how I needed to think of a challenge or something for you because you lost a bet?
Oh yeah, we still haven't dealt with that.
Yeah, we'll just. I'm gonna file this away for later. So
Okay. God.
Ashley coming in with the ha-has.
Yeah.
Ha-ha, Ashley. Ha ha ha.
Do the other Pokemon, try to come up with it. No, seriously, I could just probably name all original 151. If you showed me pictures, I could name up through the next generation. After that, I got nothing.
Hi, Jeff. Oh, so Jeff is here. I'm sorry to interrupt Pokemon talk, but I actually have something on my post-it note that is pertinent to Jeff.
Okay.
So, the last couple of months have been wild in terms of video games because my backlog became excessively long because
we should get over to school.
Tears of the Kingdom came out, Xenoblade 3 Future Redeemed, which was a prequel game, expansion came out within a week of each other, and then Baldur's Gate came out, and these are all long games. So I moved to Baldur's Gate to beat that, and have left Tears of the Kingdom and Future Redeemed behind. I recently finished Future Redeemed, and I don't think Jeff has finished it yet, but Jeff, you need to finish this game. It's only 10 to 15 hours long, which is short by Xenoblade standards. The music absolutely destroyed me. And I've realized that, like some people have like emotions and memories tied to like smells or like certain images or certain tastes. I think I'm just more auditory inclined, that like certain motifs will just drive a dagger into my heart, because like they reused a motif from Xenoblade 3. The scene itself wasn't anything like to write home about, but just the mere fact that that motif was in there, like Jamp was sitting on the couch with me and I'm like and she's like, "Hey, you okay there? Like, you got some allergies?" I'm like, "Yeah, allergies. Got the windows open and just, yeah, no, it's fine." Because like she's watching, like again, the scene itself, nothing to write home about, but the mere fact that that motif and all of the emotions tied in with that motif, and this beautiful mezzo soprano hitting these high notes, like it was like this crescendo note that just absolutely destroyed me. So Jeff, that's a long way of saying please finish Future Redeemed so I can talk with you, because I need to word vomit at someone who understands, and I'm struggling. I am struggling right now because I have no one to talk to about it except weird Reddit people, and even then I don't even know if they're real.
I'm still hung up on a game called, what is it? What is it? It was Future what?
Redeemed.
Future Redeemed. Okay. Something that has the word future in the title is a prequel.
Yes.
Yes. I did not make it past that part.
Yeah. The long story short is that Xenoblade 3 is all about being stuck in the moment, and there's some people who cling to this precise moment in time and they don't want it to end, and they will fight tooth and nail to prevent change from happening. And then there's a whole generation of people who want to move on.
Hi, boo.
And Future Redeemed is about how this whole system started, and that they laid the groundwork to defeat the big bad in the future. So it's about, so that's why the prequel is called Future Redeemed.
Gotcha.
They have, but yeah, Jeff, maybe we'll talk offline. I'll actually like send you the music clip that like this is my, like if I ever need to cry on stage, like I need to force myself to cry, I'll just like hum this motif in my head and just like
Jesus.
I know it's terrible. It is absolutely terrible and slightly embarrassing, but it's okay. It's okay to show emotions. It's fine.
All right,
show your emotions, kids.
This sounds like it's voice acted, so we're gonna get through this.
Oh, sorry.
Leave it to me.
Whoa, you grabbed all these? Are they for Hawaii?
If we're gonna lay low, we might as well enjoy it. Oh, look at this one! Gigantic sea turtle sightseeing on some beach.
Come on, food's more important than some turtle. You really don't find steak this big and thick in Japan.
What a sound clip to have associated with you.
Also, mahi? Is that some kind of fish? Think it's good?
It seems that it's the season for schools all around. We're going on our school trip as well.
Yeah?
Why? How
Where are you guys
convenient.
going?
I believe it's Los Angeles.
Oh, that's an awful trip. Why? Why that?
I believe it's Compton.
That doesn't suit you at all, Yusuke. I bet you wanted to go somewhere like Nikko or Nara.
Anywhere is acceptable. After all, the mineral pigments used for Japanese art were originally imported.
Hawaii and Los Angeles, huh? Which would you want to go to?
Well, it doesn't matter because I'm going to Hawaii. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go to fucking. Yeah, I'd rather go to Hawaii.
But Los Angeles is hard to give up too.
It's really not, though.
I mean, don't I seem like an LA guy?
You do seem like an
total
LA guy.
Gangsta?
I agree.
That makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
I agree with all of these choices.
Yeah. It's like a gangsta. No, you do feel LA.
Hawaii is more of a resort place than LA, so I'd rather go there.
So we won't be seeing each other for a while.
Yeah, it's like the cat can't come. Oh, the cat can't come with. Ooh.
No bedtime for you.
That's gonna be weird. I worry about what Morgana's gonna do alone for a week. Well, Futaba's gonna be here. Probably hang out with Futaba.
We'll make sure to buy a souvenir for you.
Ooh, here comes some interesting data.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
This is just from a quick glance, but it says perpetrated and connected. It means that mental shutdowns aren't coincidence. That this is a case with a culprit behind it. Actually, it's not just about people having shutdowns. Looks like she's inferring that the psychotic breakdown incidents are connected to the same case.
Go Makoto, sis!
How long do you think it'll take to analyze all of it? There's a lot, so it's not happening overnight. But I'll manage by the time you guys get back. I demand souvenirs from Hawaii and LA for my reward.
I don't really get all this, but you're as amazing as always, Futaba.
As always, you've known her for like a few days, realistically.
I guess it's called an information war? Oh, it's so high-tech and modern. Kinda reminds me of a movie.
We're the Phantom Thieves, so it's not that big a deal. I mean, I can turn into a car and stuff too.
Come on, don't try and compete with her.
It's two different skill sets. One that's useful and one that's really weird.
It's like our D&D group.
What's funny is I don't know if you're talking about Averin or Breach, and still yes.
Yeah, yes.
I'm not gonna tell you exactly what. I did have to send Ashley a message on Monday saying I had to make a character choice for you. So. And I was like, here's this. And she was like, oh yeah, that's totally fine. But I was like, I just need you to know a series of events occurred and I'm gonna need this from you at some point. And she was like, got it.
Nice.
Running two different groups that are at different points in time in the same space is very weird.
You're fine the way you are, Morgana. Like, you're cheeky cute?
I think it's an interesting challenge.
Yeah.
You're up for it.
I mean, I'm doing it, so one way or another, I don't know if it's good or not, but we're getting there.
Cute? Leon,
Well, we'll continue this when we get back from the trip. I can't wait to see how much the Phantom Thieves' popularity has increased by then.
We made Morgana sad and we're gonna leave them. That's not good. Hello! You look suspiciously like Robbie Damon! Oh, man. Our trip's ruined. No.
Man, student council presidents really can do anything in
Right?
Japan.
God.
Hey!
I'm still concerned about the woman who was watering flowers.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for her.
Yeah, she was fully rendered, so like she is concerning. All right, we're not doing that. I do need to get things going with you.
I would love to use that in real life. I don't trust you. You're fully rendered.
I can fully perceive you. I don't like it. Not much. Yeah. Yes.
Now he's calling him boss.
That's fine. Did he just tell us we should go to the bathhouse? All right. Yeah. I mean, I'll go.
What do you
Because
want
like
to
I
do?
need to, but like Jesus.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. I don't know. Do they always say that? Because I love that. I thought it's always like, I'll check later or something, but hold that thought is fucking killing me.
I just love that Sojiro is smoking. It's like, I don't know, why don't you go get naked with your friend?
Seeing you here is weird, but I can't. I'm gonna try to be nice. We're gonna have a nice, regular conversation.
So...
Nice, regular conversations with music notes involved.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we got sad Robbie Damon now.
He accepts your sadness with music.
Oh, okay. We have some strong feelings happening.
Yeah, now he's like sad, angry, sad.
Yeah.
Happy. I think that's happy.
Are you okay? Just one music note every time. God damn.
I accept your concern. Here's the music note.
God. It was quite nice.
Guess I win. Damn it! Come on!
I accept your competition. Here's a music
Fucking
note.
Christ. Ooh, I'm not doing the second one. Can I put my clothes on? Sure. Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
Yes.
Yay! Finally, two notes.
Ooh.
God. Thank you. Yeah, I would love to do that. I would love to put clothes on. All right, where are we at? We're at 6.
6.
We're getting there.
You're two away. You're doing great, Jen.
Fucking Maruki showed back up, and I tried to go talk to him, and he pretty much said, "Come back to me when you got real problems, kid." Like, I was very upset.
Yeah. Yeah, he's busy, you know.
Busy standing around with his socks and sandals in the hallway.
Yeah. He also looked at the calendar. He's like, "Oh, I still got 3 months here. You better just like space it out because your HMO will only pay for 10 visits."
Goodness gracious. So I was say I had to send James a message earlier to warn him that I was like, I'm still planning on the stream, but we might have to suddenly cancel, or it might be late or something like that. Jeff and I had an adventure this evening where I had noticed there was like a weird smell kind of like upstairs, but I hadn't like fully because of what I was getting, it's like I assumed Jeff was just like working on something and it wasn't like that big a deal. And then he comes and finds me at one point. He's like, "Hey, just so you know," he's like, "if you smell burning plastic and like an electrical smell, that's from my Lego room." And I was like, "Okay, what were you doing in there?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know what's causing the smell." I was like, no, this is actually a concern now. Wait, go back. So sure enough, I walk in there and it reeks of burnt electrical wiring. And I was like, this is bad. This is real bad. And okay, Ashley, here's the funny thing about you saying my living room smells like syrup for no reason. That was the smell I thought I had initially. As I smelled vaguely, I was like, something smells like maple syrup. And as I got closer to the source of the problem, it went from being like a syrupy smell to being electrical. So the fact that you actually said that has me worried about you, Ashley.
Yeah, because, I mean, Ashley doesn't have a history of having poor cable management or exposed wires or outlet problems in the past,
Oh,
right?
I forgot about the shelf. That wasn't Ashley, but I'm remembering the shelf now.
Wait, that wasn't Ashley? Who was that?
I don't know which thing you're referring to, and I don't remember which things were talked about in mod chat versus publicly, so I don't want to say anything more.
Fair. Fair.
So, anyways, so yeah, so there's something going on in the Lego room, so I was like, okay, turn off all the lights, and like, the smell should start going away. And after an hour, it was still just as strong. I was like, I'm worried that something is happening, not just in that room, but like in some of the actual like wiring of the house, and that's why the smell is still here. So Jeff ended up pulling that light down, and it's got its own little transformer box. And as he removes that from the ceiling, there are scorch marks on the ceiling.
Ooh.
That are mirrored by scorch marks that are on the transformer box. So it was either the transformer in that box or one of the capacitors or something fully blew and like exploded, and that was the smell. And it got so hot because there's no longer something kind of like tempering the current through there that it was burning stuff.
Fun.
Yeah. So I sent you a message, was like, good news, we found it. Also, I have a new story to add to the sticky note.
Oh, that like vegetables, that was a great story.
Yes. So anyway, so that was part of our adventure today. But yeah, it smelled a little bit like syrupy. And I was like, that's weird. But I was like, it's the same kind of smell. There's a pecan whiskey that I really enjoy, and I had some of that the other night, and I was like, maybe I spilled some of that, like, because you've seen, like, the bars up here and stuff, too. Yes. I was like, maybe I spilled some of that, like, on the mat, and I'm smelling that getting, like, you know, drying and getting sticky and more syrupy. And then I was like, oh, no.
Yeah. Well, in a similar vein, I did some serious adulting today. We had to replace a window in our house. It was actually the window that's in our dining room, the big bay window.
Yeah.
There was a gigantor crack going from top to bottom. That whole thing cracked.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we had to get a new window in, and just like anything with a house, it's always just a little bit more expensive than you think it should be.
I was about to say, I was like, that's probably painfully expensive for that giant window.
For that giant window, yes. So yay us. So the window installers put it in today, and what happened with the new window is that the width of the window is thicker and the frame is thicker. So the blinds that we had up there, I needed to drill new holes in it so I can, you know, screw in the mantling equipment to put the blinds back up. So I get my power drill out, and like nothing. Like, okay, I got to charge the battery. Go to charge the battery, and it's flashing red, which means the battery is broken and will not hold a charge anymore.
Yep.
Like, great. The other thing is that the window frame is aluminum around, like the drywall. It's drywall aluminum, and then like the wood frame of the house. I'm like, huh. So my genius idea was I found a thin, long nail, and I just hammered it in where I needed to be like the guide drill. What I would have done with the drill is like just basically creating a guide hole with a thin nail, and then just manually screwed in all of these, you know, Phillip head screws through my nail guide hole.
Oh my gosh.
And you know, it worked better than I thought, but it was still you know, like I couldn't use like my big screwdriver because like I had to fit it through the equipment. So I'm like using my tiny little screwdriver. Like I can like move like maybe like 5 centimeters per turn. Like, but I did it without the use of a power drill, and I felt very adulting.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. And it's still holding up. It hasn't fallen down yet, so I think I did it.
Well, I'm very proud of you. I hope it continues to hold.
Me too.
Sorry about your drill battery, because of course it had to be fully dead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It passed the amount of time that Revivify could still work.
Let's see. Tala wanted something. Do I This is gonna sound very callous. Do I care about Futaba?
Yes.
Okay.
So in the same way that Rise helped give you boons during combat because she was your navigator, Futaba is your Rise of this game.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Like all those things you saw in her boss fight with like shielding the party from a big hit or like randomly dropping buffs. You may want to.
Okay, I'll do that. Also, hi Santroka, thank you for the resub. Everybody drink some water.
Drinking some water.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna go hang out with you then, I guess.
I know I talked about some Xenoblade music, and this is also video game music related, but one of the things I wrote down on my post-it note is that I have to finish Tears of the Kingdom as fast as I can now. So I've already been spoiled on the end of Tears of the Kingdom because I knew I was going to be a while to get around to it, and the story wasn't really grabbing me, so I'm like, oh, I'm not going to get spoiled if I'm not really big on the story. So one of my favorite YouTube creators, 8-Bit Music Theory, talked about the music that played at the end of Tears of the Kingdom. And I'm like, okay, I already know what happened, so I'll listen to it. Now, Jed, I know you're still going through the game.
Yeah.
I am not going to give you details.
Yeah, don't tell me fuck all. Jeff said something at one point, and I thought I was going to strangle him, and he could see the murder in my eyes, so...
Yeah. I'm just going to say, listening to the music breakdown of the end of Tears of the Kingdom has motivated me more than the actual story itself to finish it, because I want to experience the music in the context for which it was written.
Nice.
So, if that's any motivation for people who are struggling to finish Tears of the Kingdom, or you just want to beeline it through to the end, and then you can try to 100% everything after that. But yeah, I was very impressed with the music. And I will leave it at that. And I'm sure in like 5 months from now we'll talk about it.
I'm hoping right now, like, my big thing is, like, this is kind of like how I've always done DICE things, where it's like October, November are my big, like, crunch pushes. And then at that point that makes it so I've got December to kind of be breathing room, and like I can actually like take time off fully in December. So it's like, cool. My plan is like December will be like, make some more rugs and finally finish Tears of the Kingdom and like do all that kind of stuff. So on the one hand, it's like, God, it sucks that's so far away. But on the other hand, I'm like, it's actually not that far away, which is why I'm in crunch so bad right now. So
crunch.
Crunch. It'll be fine though. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Toad's fine. You know, it is almost Halloween.
Really?
Do you get a lot of trick-or-treaters in your neighborhood?
We did when we first got here. But then, like, the first year of the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, there were clearly much fewer, and it never really recovered from that. So, like, we have candy, but we also made sure we got a mix that we will enjoy. And we'll see. But it's just, like, even when we had more, it still wasn't a lot. So it's like we just have one of like we've got a bag of 100 pieces, and like that should be fine.
Okay.
This mix is weird though, because it's got like Hershey bars and almond joys and Reese's cups and also Reese's pumpkin shaped things. There's 2 different kinds of Reese's cups in there.
Interesting.
And I was like, that's weird, but also I'm down for it. But
yeah. Well, I think you answered my next question of what is your preferred Halloween candy that you hope the kids don't take, so that
Almond Joy, absolutely Almond Joy. We will only buy mixes that have Almond Joys in them. Those are mine.
Interesting. Well,
yes.
I'm glad to know that there's a coconut lover out there, because you can have all of my Almond Joys.
Oh my God, yes. It's one of my favorite things. Jeff did not expect this, and I honestly didn't expect it either. And so now we're very upset that he only got one. Is the last time he did a Europe trip. From the duty-free shop, he saw like some like European equivalent of an Almond Joy and grabbed one, and that was like crack. It was so delicious. I still think about it, and it has been months. So like he knows the next time he goes to Europe, he needs to load a bag with these fuckers. And I can't explain why it was so much better than a regular Almond Joy. But it was so good. It was so good. It made me so happy. I'm with Ashley on questioning why Carl's shocked about you like Almond Joy but hate watermelon. Those are two very different flavors, textures, sugar contents. Like, there's no overlap there. Other than the fact, I'm not going to say that sentence. Other than the fact that they are foods. No. I fixed it. There's no other crossover.
I was looking for my mute button to mute you, like a driver's ed car where the passenger has brakes too.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, Almond Joys with the superior candy. Abso-fucking-lutely. So yeah, Carl, what the fuck are you talking about? They both have water as an ingredient. Do watermelons have ingredients?
You like Almond Joy, but you hate Persona? What?
Yeah, that feels like that.
And now, Jen, you know how I feel every time you start like assigning numbers and colors to things.
I don't think that's the same. I've given up water this month. Farron, no.
Your poor liver.
I say as I finish my alcohol.
Yeah, it's struggling to find any H2O in anything.
All right.
Coffee crisp.
Wait, what about coffee?
So,
what?
What's is it like a coffee cookie? I'm trying to do my English translation to other English.
Okay. This is Metric saying states don't have coffee crisp. What is that? I need you to explain this to me because it just words. It's a chocolate bar. Okay.
Is it a coffee flavored chocolate bar?
Is it like a Kit Kat but coffee? Because that's what I have in my head.
Ooh, I like it. So coffee flavor. Okay. So I know it's legit because there's a superfluous U in there.
Sort of. Dude, coffee Kit Kat. Oh, that was the other thing Jeff brought back from Europe was like all these like crazy flavored Kit Kats. I say crazy. They weren't like crazy, but they were like fancy Kit Kats is what I should say. The hazelnut Kit Kat was very good.
Yes.
The toffee Kit Kat was almost too sweet. But now I'm thinking about coffee Kit Kat.
Yeah, so Kit Kats, since you've said it twice now in the last minute, I can't resist. Kit Kats are my preferred Halloween chocolate candy.
Yes.
And then Skittles are my non-chocolate candy that I enjoy. Like, if I had just Kit Kats and Skittles on Halloween, I would be the happiest person on earth.
We recently bought a bag of freeze-dried Skittles.
Freeze-dried Skittles. Go on.
So they're in the process of freeze-drying, they, like, puff up. I'm trying to think of something on the right scale. Like, you know, the way, like, Rice Krispies are, like, puffed up little, you know, like rice.
Yeah, okay.
But, like, do that to a Skittle. So it's, like, twice as big, and, like, it is clearly split around the middle, so there's a big old white band around it. It almost looks like a Skittles, like, ice cream sandwich.
Okay.
The two colored, yeah. Very, very good. If you like Skittles, I feel like you would like oh god, Jeff ran up here.
Right,
so I know you're on we got the tahini ones. Did you mean to do that? Okay. So you'll see it on the delay. But and James wants to talk to you, I guess.
Okay.
I like Reese's. I feel like after like one or two, I can't eat anymore. Kit Kats, I feel like I could just keep going and going and going, and only by sheer willpower can I stop with a Kit Kat.
Kit Kats are I have a very particular way of eating Kit Kats. I have to like eat them in layers. Jeff is shaking his head at me because he thinks this is serial killer behavior when I do it.
As long as you don't you're not one of those psychos who eats like takes a bite out of all four simultaneously.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not that. Does our Halloween mix have Kit Kats in it? Are we Kit Katless? We have two different Reese's. We have Almond Joys. We have Twix.
There's Hershey's in there? I don't know.
We might have fucked up. We might need Kit Kat.
Jeff, you look great, by the way.
He says you look great.
Thanks. Anyways, have fun.
Anyways, so I showed them on stream, but yeah, so this is what freeze-dried, and the green ones are being green screened out. But yeah, freeze-dried Skittles. These also have tahini on them, just to make them a little bit like spicy sweet.
Ooh.
Anyways, actually, I do the same thing. Oh my! You eat you hamster chew the chocolate off the ends and then the sides, and then you can like pick the top part off. Jeff's very upset.
Anyways, Ashley's here. You gonna kiss me?
Yeah. I was like, she is here. I did. I said that. Yeah, no, I got there. Yeah, and at this point I've had enough of it that it doesn't matter that it tastes weird, so.
Ginger beer or?
Yeah, I did a can of ginger beer.
To 1 ounce?
To an eyeballed amount, so. I did one of my thumbs. That's how much whiskey was in there. Jeff pulled up his pinky, which is probably accurate. Anyways. Do you eat them like a space bar? I don't know what that fucking means. I've missed so much in the chat. Okay.
Like a space bar is it like the thing on the keyboard or like something from Star Trek?
I didn't even see that Jeff had all capital letters node in the chat. That explains why he ran up here. Good.
He had time to run up here to make a comment, but he doesn't have time to finish Future Redeemed.
I'm not gonna repeat that out loud because then he will come back and glare some more. Yeah, Japan has all kinds of weird, crazy Kit Kats. He's already glaring because he heard me say that, so he's just assuming that it's glare worthy.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Kit Kat flavors I would love to try. It's just you can't find them really in the States. We should do that when we go to the place tomorrow. We should see if they've got weird Kit Kats.
Okay. What did I glare at, by the way?
Oh, then you've got time. You got time to do something else, but not time to play the Future Redeemed. That's what it was.
Yes.
Fair.
The Skittles do look like Skittle Pokeballs. You're not wrong. Anyways, Jen misunderstood the assignment. She truly did. Truly. It's been a while since Jeff has like appeared in a stream, so yeah, it wasn't even in my head anymore. As in the thing on the keyboard. I still don't understand what eating a space bar. That actually makes it make less sense, Pathos. I don't know. And Sassy, you're missing out by not doing it to the sides of the Kit Kat bar. I replied to your Persona tweet with the Wikipedia entry for Coffee Crisp. Oh, well, now I gotta fucking look. We're looking at that. This is what the stream is now. Oh, yeah, it does look like Coffee Kit Kat. No!
I like how...
Oh, what is it? There is another thing that's very similar to this that we have here. It's because it's not Kit Kat. It's like, it's a larger rectangular bar that is like the same, like the very, lots of layers of crisp, more crisp than anything else, but it is covered in chocolate, and it has that uneven texture on it. What is it?
Is it a 100 grand bar?
No, those are very good though. I fucking love those. Oh, whatchamacallit? Maybe, is that what it is?
Baby
no, I might be thinking of the. It's not. Okay, hold on. It's not baby. No, so it's like it is the wafers. It is the wafers. You're naming a bunch of things that don't have wafers. What do Nutter Butters look like? Is it Nutter Butter? The Nutty Buddy, not Nutter Butter. The Nutty Buddy.
That's a poor name for a candy.
It truly is. Little Debbie's Nutty Buddy makes it worse.
Oh, that sounds even worse.
I know. I did it like that on purpose. So it looks very similar to that, but it's apparently coffee. That's Coffee Crisp. So anyways. What does a whatchamacallit look like? Why were people saying whatchamacallit?
Yeah, first it starts with Nutty Buddies, and then you're going to the bathhouse naked with your friend.
Okay, these are all the wrappers of a whatchamacallit. I want to know what it looks like. Oh yeah, whatchamacallit looks like a, I don't know what it actually is, but it looks like a run-over version of these things. Anyways, I don't know how we got there at all.
But here we are.
Oh boy. Anyways, you want to know about other things about like how I don't know how they got there?
I would love to.
Awkward segue, but we're going with it. So, Tucker had his regular vet checkup on Monday, it was supposed to be in the early part of, like, next month, but we had it moved up because all of a sudden over the last, like, 4 weeks, he's gone from being totally fine to, like, having a lot of trouble walking. Like, his back feet, like, would, like, slide out from under him, like, while he was walking. And, like, that got better when we put little grippy socks on him. But he was still, like, clearly, like, he was walking very stiff and was making a point of not walking as much as he, like, he would make a point of being like, I'm not standing unnecessarily, I'm sitting down as soon as I'm no longer walking, and I have to think about whether I actually want to go to the place I'm looking at. So it's like he was, and then if he had to cross the house, he was panting by the time he got to the other side. So it's like, he's clearly in pain, something is wrong. And I'm like, he is kind of old. It's like 6 years ago or whatever, he slipped a disc in his back, and that was one of those things that, like, we had been warned could flare up as he got older. I have had a dog previously that had hip dysplasia, and I'm like, this is looking a lot like the hip dysplasia. So, like, between all these things, like, something is going on. We want the vet to figure out what it is so we can, like, do whatever it is we need to do to make him feel better. Because, like, he is kind of old, but he's not old enough that he should still have a good number of years left in him. And so it's like, the fact that he's having trouble walking is very upsetting. And we want to make sure that he doesn't hurt. So we're doing all the normal stuff, and they're like, do you have any concerns? We're like, yes, there's this. It's like, we understand that probably means he needs an x-ray. We are totally fine with that expense, like, whatever he needs. And they're like, yeah, like, it sounds like you're probably right about the hip thing, but we will do an x-ray to be absolutely sure. I was not listening to anything Futaba said. Gotta do this. Okay. Oh, it does say, can you tell me again, but that feels rude. Okay, yeah, everything sounds great. So they take him back to do the x-ray. And they bring him back to me. The vet's like, and they're like, the vet will be back in a second. It's like, okay, great. The vet comes into the room, looks at me with his head tilted to the side, and he goes, did you know about the extra rib? And I go, excuse me? And he's like,
that is not where I thought the story was going. I thought he was going to say, hey, what's this strange triangular dice?
Yeah. And I'm like, excuse me? He goes, he has an extra rib on his left side. So it's not even an extra, like, pair. There is just one. And I was like, no, I didn't know. So he pulls up the x-ray, and the picture's going to be in the record, so I want to, like, pull it, and so I can show it to people. And you can see it, and sure enough, there's a bone on one side and not on the other. and it's not supposed to be there. He just has it. He is a very long dog. He has an extra rib on his left side.
How about that? And the fact that, like, if he goes straight, he doesn't, like, slightly pull to the right is always amazing.
Well, that's the thing, is he does. And I've always I've made jokes about how he, like, drifts a little bit while he walks. And it might actually, and he always sits, like, kind of, like, slump, like, curved to the one side. And I always made fun of it. And I think it's because he's got an extra bone, and so it just feels weird. Oh. Anyways, the vet's like, they're like, yeah, it might just mean he's more comfortable sitting one way or another. It's not like that has caused a problem. So what is actually, for the people who are curious, what has actually caused the issue with the walking, is because of, so it's not his hips, and it's not the slipped disc, like, becoming a problem again, but especially in dachshunds who are prone to back problems, a previous back injury makes them more susceptible to bone spurs on their vertebra. And if that happens on two adjacent vertebrae, those spurs can fuse. And they call it bridging. And so two of his vertebrae had actually, like, you could see it on the x-ray, there was a little bridge between them. That bone had grown and fused together. But there's also a clear line through it. So he's like, he had two vertebrae bridge, so he probably started having some problems. But with how quickly it set on, he's like, he must have, like, either, like, tripped or fallen or something, and that bridge snapped, and so that's pressing on something, and that's why he's having issues right now. So, like, we have a way forward right now where we're testing him on some meds to see if that just helps. If we don't necessarily need to do a surgical solution, but that might still be on the table, blah, blah, blah. So that's what it actually was. We just also happen to learn that he has an extra rib.
But, you know, that's some fun party trivia right there.
Yeah. It was crazy to me that it wasn't just that it wasn't an extra pair of ribs, that it was literally just on one side. That, like, threw me for a double loop.
Well, I think by the law, but at least by the laws of video games, that makes him the chosen one.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
clearly.
sure.
Clearly. So yeah, so he's been on meds just since Monday afternoon. And he's already walking better. Which is good. So, because I had a moment, I absolutely cried immediately when I had this thought before we knew what was going on with him. And I thought he was just getting old and all of his joints hurt. And I was like, because some of you have seen it on stream and some of you have seen it in person, where he would like meerkat, he would like sit up on his back, sit up like on his butt, like fully up to like beg for stuff and look so happy while he was doing it. And I realized that after he started having trouble walking, it's just like he hadn't done that anymore. And I instantly went into tears. I was like, oh my God, at some point he sat up for the last time and I didn't know. And I was like, oh God. He tried to do it again earlier. So he clearly already feels better. And I think once things are good, like he might be able to actually do it again. But I was like, oh. Anyways. So that's all the adventures with Tucker and his weird bridged vertebra and his extra rib. So there you go.
Well, I still think he's the chosen one. He needs, and his arch nemesis is the one that has the rib on the other side.
Oh, I like this. Unfortunately,
we're not so different, you and I. Woof woof.
I would have been like, oh, maybe Griff has the other extra rib, and they're just like, they're not enemies, they're yin and yang. But we recently did a bunch of X-rays for Griff, so we know he's got a normal number of ribs. So I guess that's disappointing, but yeah, it's extra rib, and we're trying stuff so that way he can walk better. And he's been very good about his wagon for going out on walks. So just a fully map of floor of Memento. Oh, interesting. Okay.
All right.
So, like, the medicine is it just helps with the joint pain. Like, does it actually like help break up the bridging?
It's
on the vertebra?
not breaking up anything like that. So what we were starting with is he's on a pain medication to be like, cool. And it's specifically a muscle relaxer. So if this was the problem, like the thing we saw in the X-ray with the bridging and whatnot, if that is truly the problem, the medicine would help. And if it was a different problem, it likely wouldn't help. And so this was kind of a like, hey, we're gonna try this for 2 weeks, see if there's an improvement. If there is, that tells us yes, this is the issue, and we could talk about what a longer term solution is. Because the other concern with the bridging is like, that's something we have to keep an eye on, because if he does something stupid and breaks off a part of that bridge and now there's just free floating bone near a spinal cord, that's bad. Yeah. So this was kind of the first step in helping identify, like, is this the problem? Okay, yes or no. Because, like, if it didn't actually seem to help, then it's like, cool, this is more of an arthritis issue in his back or his hips and like things like that. So he has a follow-up in 2 weeks, and we get to be like, yes, this did seem to help. So like, what? Because he can't just be on this muscle relaxer for the next 4 years, like that would be wild. So we'll see what to do from there. But this was kind of like, let's get him some immediate relief to identify what's happening. So yeah, sometimes people, creatures, whatever, just have extra bones. Because here's the thing, for all the emphasis that's on, this whiskey is doing a lot to yelling Jen, for all the emphasis on like how like fantastically like complicated and like wonderful and incredible like DNA is borked. When you have something, it's like if you write an actual computer program, if you write actual code for something, and not even a computer program, just like something that requires coding, and it's got hundreds upon hundreds of lines, it can do the incredible thing, and every once in a while there's just one line that was just wrong enough that you get a wildly different result. And that's truly more what DNA is like.
Yeah. I'm sorry to say I can't relate to it. Every line of code I've ever written in my life was just the most perfect.
Perfect right off the bat.
Yeah, not only perfect, but efficient too. Like, there was no bloat whatsoever. There's no nothing kludgy. It was just the most immaculate thing any of my teachers have ever seen. Ever.
Gosh.
Some call me the Da Vinci of coding, and I don't know what that means. But no, I'm making shit up. But I'm a terrible coder.
But yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible, like, a lot of people don't get full body x-rays. People could just have random extra bones in places. You've got the people who have heterochromia and 2 different color eyes. That's a really obvious one. Yeah, and then you've got, like, cats, whatever, that have, like, the extra toes and whatnot, and it just...
And not to mention just random mutations because of just radio waves or the fact that you keep a phone in your pocket and just all of that blaring right into your DNA. Who knows?
Of that.
Who knows? That time you had that one great vegetable and it had a pesticide on it, and now like 3 generations are ruined because of it. You know, shit happens.
It's literally, I can see, it's around the corner. I literally walked 10 feet.
I think she's just flexing that she knows where you are at all times.
God. Sassy, are you here? Because the hoy at the beginning of this, I hear, hoy! I'm getting big Wind Waker vibes from just reading that.
Yeah. Kind of miss those old, Zelda not voice acted lines that it's just onomatopoeias, but just great. Like, I knew immediately when you said, "Oh," hey. Like, I remember that from Wind Waker. Though my favorite voice line from the Wind Waker is the guy who plays the Battleship game with you.
Sploosh! Oh yeah.
That was the inspiration for Emil. That's where the accent comes from.
Oh, that's bad. That's so bad.
Oh, he cast Shatter. Kaboom! That's the verbal component to Shatter. Kaboom!
Oh my god. Ashley, I hate to tell you that if they're doing that particular kind of surgery, they should not be seeing your bones. It's gone very wrong if they've seen your bones. I can't express to you how wrong that surgery has gone.
That's what we call in the medical industry a fucky wucky.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Ashley seems legitimately confused by this. What? Okay. What bone do you think they would be able to see? You do know, like, your guts aren't transparent, right? You do know that, right?
Well, we don't know until we open her up,
Oh
Jen.
my god, stop. Do not encourage this. The hip bones. How do you think they do this surgery? No. Where do you think that happens? Hold on. The stream has been derailed again. First it was Kit Kats and Coffee Crisp, and now it's this. I need to know how you think they would see your hip bones. I should save. I have not saved in a very long time. We're gonna do this though. I need to know.
I just love that chat. I kind of jokingly said in my tweet about tonight that we're just going to have unhinged conversations. There was nothing on my post-it note or Jen's post-it note that was truly unhinged compared to other things we've talked about.
Yeah.
But thank you for not making me a liar.
I thought the extra rib was going to be the most unhinged part of this. No. So for anyone who is, I'm just going to talk about this, I guess, briefly. For anybody who's, like, not aware or whatever, I have had a hysterectomy, because cancer bullshit. Hey, my 7-year anniversary is actually next week. It's next Thursday. It's next Thursday. So I had a hysterectomy. So, it was a laparoscopic procedure, so just a tiny little incision, and it was just around my belly button. They just literally went in, they cut around my belly button. There's like a little C-shaped scar that kind of outlines it, and they just go in there with potentially too much information, so I guess earmuff if you don't really want to know how they do this procedure. They do that little incision, and they take what is the equivalent of an immersion blender to it to just chop it up into chunks and then pull all the chunks out. That's how they do it through a small incision like that. So there you go. But also, they can take that out and leave your ovaries intact, so that way then you get rid of all the uterus problems, but you don't have early menopause because all of your hormones and stuff are regulated mostly by your ovaries. So they'll leave those in place, so that way then you don't have to worry about early menopause shit, unless those are also a problem, in which case then they'll get rid of them. But in my case, my uterus was my problem, so they were just like, we're gonna take that out, but you still have those, so there you go. So yeah, everything, actually, it's a lot higher than you would expect it to be, pretty much is how that goes. And yeah, and they will not fully cut open for that. They just do a tiny little one.
Here, I'm gonna try to segue this, so strap in, everyone. I feel like when it comes to torso anatomy, everything is higher than you expected. So
yes.
I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, and when I say, like point to your belly or your stomach, they always point to their belly button. The stomach is actually much higher in the torso than where I would say most people would just like gut reaction. That's a damn. So the stomach, sits higher. So I think the rule of thumb for the torso is everything is higher.
Yeah, pretty much like, I feel, so your uterus is actually where you would normally imagine your stomach to be, and your stomach's like right at the bottom of your ribs. It's like
next
right
to your liver
here.
too.
Yeah,
your liver and your stomach are like on the same latitude.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's higher than you would expect.
And I'm going to continue driving the Segway truck.
Yeah, go for it.
So, with my oldest daughter, Justin's oldest daughter, she is now in 1st grade, which means she gets a little bit of homework every night. We're at that stage, but I love doing homework with her, especially math.
Nerd.
So I don't know if you did this, Jen.
God, it's Sunday. Fucking hell.
Yeah, me too. But I feel like this was like I'm projecting that because I feel like this is something you would have done as a child, and I am all for it. So we're doing math problems, and she, like, each week she has 20 math problems, and it's like always adding. It's like adding or subtracting by something. So it's like today was adding by 8. So it's like 1 plus 8 is, then you do it, and then it's like 5 plus 8 is, 7 plus 8, and then they mix the numbers up, like 8 plus 1 is it. So like I'm watching with her, going through it, making sure everything's correct, and then she'll get to one where she knows she's done it. Like if she did 3 plus 8, and then she sees 8 plus 3, she looks at it and then looks back at her work and is like, I already know the answer to this. And like doesn't redo it. I'm like, she's smart and efficient. I love it.
That's incredible. I have a very distinct memory of some math homework when we were learning long division.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one that was written in such a way where I knew the answer had to be like a less than 0 kind of decimal, but the instructions for that section had made it very clear that's not the kind of thing we were working on at that point. And I got so stressed about being like, I was like, I know what the answer to this is supposed to be, but the sheet says that's not the kind of answer I should be getting right now. And I don't know what to do about this. And I remember being very stressed about that very specific problem because I was like, either the instructions are wrong or the problem is wrong. And I don't know what to do about this. So that's the only math homework memory I have from pre-college.
Pre-college, like not even high school?
Here's the thing: so I thought I was gonna go into music when I was in high school. I thought I was gonna be a band teacher. So when I got to high school, I did geometry, I did trig, and I didn't do any other math. Because I didn't think I needed it. Because I was like, I took those two because they were required.
I learned something new about you tonight.
So, so yeah, I did that. I still took science classes because I needed to fill out something in my schedule, and I was like, well, I really enjoy this stuff. So like, I took AP chemistry, even though I thought I was going into music, because I was really good at chemistry. But yeah, no, I did geometry, and then I did trig, and I fucking hated trig. I'm not gonna name her, but I still remember my teacher's name, and it was the most monotone person I have ever encountered in my life.
Was it like a female Ben Stein?
Yes, exactly. Painfully correct analogy here. And so it's like I would fall asleep in that class constantly. Trig was the only not A I got in high school. I got an A- because I couldn't pay attention. I would like constantly fall asleep in that class. And to be clear, the A- was not because I didn't do well on stuff. Oh, Farron, thank you so much for the resub. It's because she knocked me off points because I always fell asleep in her class. Like, I understood it just fine, but I was like, I cannot listen to you talk. I'm physically incapable. Yeah.
I had a, maybe not monotone, but my first math course in college was Calc 2, because I tested out of Calc 1 going into my freshman year, and it was 8 a.m. It was 8 a.m. I don't need to say 8 a.m. in the morning because I'm a smart person who knows my language. It was a Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 a.m. The professor was from Romania, but he studied in Paris, so he had a French accent, but with a Romanian accent beneath that. At 8 a.m., talking to us and trying to teach us Calc 2. And not only was the accent difficult to pierce at 8 o'clock in the morning, but he was the type of person who, when he was writing on the dry erase board, it would start at a normal size font and just get progressively smaller, like a decrescendo, to the point where, I would just have to get up and walk to the board and just like, okay, got it, and just go back to my seats.
Okay.
But
this is very funny because Jeff is going to overhear me and know exactly which teacher I'm talking about because he had him for something else, a different level of math. So in college, after I was like, oh, I'm doing sciencey things now. So I had to actually, I stopped at trig in high school. So when I got to college was like, oh no, we're doing science now. Just going straight from trig to Calc 1. Was quite a jump.
Oh boy.
It was very interesting. And I struggled very hard at the beginning of it because it was one of those things, I think the Calc 1 class assumed you had pre-calc, and so it was using terms like, I don't understand what they mean. Like, when they're saying, oh, just do this. I was like, what is that? What do you mean what is that?
Just integrate, Jen.
Yeah, and so it was like, oh, just take the integral. I was like, but what is that? What do you mean take the integral? And so the person I was dating at the time was had done AP Calc and all of that, and was going into engineering. And so we were on the phone, because they were going to a different college, because we had started dating just at the end of high school. And we were on the phone. I was like, I'm having trouble with this. Can you explain this to me? And I remember being this might have been one of the reasons we broke up, so mad by the end of that conversation, because he just didn't understand. He was like, just do the integral. I was like, I don't know what an integral means. He's like, you just take the integral. And I was like, and that was the whole, for an hour. It was very bad. So, and then he finally said something, I went, repeat that, what? And he was like, you do this and this. I'm like, is that what taking the integral means? He's like, yeah, of course. I'm like, I didn't know that. That's what I've been asking. Anyways, so the actual story. So we did that. So I jumped straight into Calc 1, and Calc 2 was a struggle, but it sounds like it was a struggle for everybody. Differential equations was fine. Was probably my favorite calc, which is a weird sentence to have said. But to do all my science stuff, I had to go through Calc 5. And Calc 5 was 4 days a week at 8 a.m. with a little Russian man that it's the only class I ever sat in the front row for, because he would also write very tiny. Not even start tiny. Jeff came up. Yeah, Yuri was fucking great. I told you Jeff was gonna know. Did you have him for Calc 2 or Calc 3? The gateway exam, yeah. You had Yuri for Calc 2, yeah. Yuri, and he was such like a joyful little man, but he was this little Russian man who would start real big and then write real tiny. And so I was sat in the front row for it for my 8 a.m. Calc 5.
You know, it must be an Eastern Bloc thing, like Russian, Romania. Yeah, like you start big and you go small. You need to be efficient with space.
He was.
So I have to ask.
Yeah, he was great though.
I have to ask, when he did variables, did he do it in English or did he do like Cyrillic, like backwards R's? And
here's the thing is
size?
By the time you get to Calc 5, and this was something I noticed because I was taking Calc 5 at the same time I was doing P-Chem and physical chemistry, which is physical chemistry is the quantum mechanics of chemistry, and I mean that both to like give like a scale of like the advancedness of it, but also is literally chemical quantum mechanics. So I essentially took quantum mechanics twice, as I took quantum mechanics for my physics degree and also took P-Chem for my chemistry degree.
So pardon my ignorance.
No, you're good.
Because I am not a well-learned person in chemistry. What I do know about quantum physics is that like all of the normal rules of physics do not apply at the quantum level.
Yep.
Does chemistry function on that same plane of existence?
It was a bad semester.
Okay.
I did not have a good time.
Okay.
I will say, here's the funny thing. So we'll circle back to that in a second, because it'll all be relevant in a minute. So I took P-Chem and Calc 5 at the same time, and then quantum mechanics was the following semester, and that was my final semester. And P-Chem was rough because that was taught by a very heavily accented Asian man. So I'm trying to decipher that accent while also deciphering what the fuck is happening on the board. Because, yeah, physical chemistry starts to apply those same rules of quantum mechanics where the rules that you've known forever mostly don't apply anymore. Sometimes they do, a lot of the time they don't, and the ways in which they don't apply anymore vary based on the situation you're in. And like, trying to do chemistry in like a matrix is not something I ever wish to experience again. I'm just gonna say that. That was brutal. And so I'm doing that at the same time I'm doing Calc 5, and I wasn't sure if it was just because of the professors I had, and then quantum mechanics happened. I went, oh no, this is how it goes. Is the math has gotten so gross by the time you're at P-Chem and quantum mechanics and Calc 5 levels, is we are no longer using, like, you know, we're no longer using the alphabet as we know it. We are no longer using Greek letters. We have run out of symbols, and we are just making symbols up at this point. And that symbol will now have a meaning. But I was like, we are in the devil's alphabet at that point.
Ooh, we're in infernal.
Yeah. It was rough. And I was like, oh, it's just the way they're scribbling. It's like, oh no, that is just its own. We're not in Greek. We are not in English letters. We are just whatever someone managed to come up with that didn't look like one of the other existing things already. We're using those. It was gross and bad. So, and it wasn't even like he was doing Cyrillic things. It was like, no, these are just things.
We're either finding the area under a curve or summoning a devil. I'm not quite sure.
And truly, the exam felt like I was like I certainly exorcised a demon from myself to get through that fucking class. So yeah, it was brutal. But for I barely passed P-Chem. And P-Chem, by the time I got to the end of it, I still fully was like, I feel like I learned nothing this entire semester. I feel like I learned that, like, there is no information in my brain. This all feels like it was just gibberish. And I don't know how anybody uses any of this. So then I got to turn around and go to quantum mechanics. Which very quickly I was like, oh, this is the same thing I just did in chemistry, but without the chemistry. And so that gave me a better, like, foundation to, like, start with. So, like, there were some things I actually, by the time I finished quantum mechanics, I was like, I actually understand some of these things. As opposed to PChem, where I walked out and I was like, I could have not come the entire semester and done the exact same on the final, I feel like. This is bad. Yeah, they're both very much the, like, the rules stopped applying and there were new rules, but also they don't always apply either. And it's like, this sounds made up, which is why, for that final, I took vodka into it. And that's when I realized it made perfect sense that by the time I took quantum mechanics, I had already done I had done an internship at a physics research lab. And that lab had a bar on the grounds. And I was like, that's wild. And then I did PChem and quantum mechanics, and I went, I understand why there's a bar on the grounds now and why there is no drug testing at this facility. You cannot be fully within your faculties to understand anything. You gotta get a little bit loosey-goosey and into a different headspace for any of this to work. I got my best grade of the entire semester on that final that I took the vodka into.
There you go.
Good times. Good fucking times.
That's a good lesson for anything. You know, chat, if you're having trouble doing anything, just add vodka and it might help.
Yeah, it's like, as long as the thing doesn't involve heavy machinery and driving, anything like that. Otherwise, like, yeah, try being more chill. And if that's vodka, if that's something else that is legal where you're at, go for it. Don't do science while sober, kids. Exactly.
That's right. Yeah, I think the worst, I don't even want to say like worst experience. I think one of the most uncomfortable experiences I had in higher education, like, you know, my Romanian French professor, that was tough, but it wasn't bad. It's a funny story now. I genuinely felt bad when I was in grad school, and I was in macroeconomics 7. So I made it through 1 through 6, and now we're at 7. But the professor, she just got her PhD, and this was her first job after her PhD, and she is teaching advanced microeconomics to other grad students who she was just one, and she was very, very nervous.
Oh no.
And so I will say, to her credit, I think shame on the department for putting a new professor in with grad students and not like freshmen who don't want to be there, because like Macro 7 is basically just doing very complicated proofs, because what macroeconomics at that level boils down to is basically you just trying to figure out what's an exogenous variable or endogenous. So for everyone at home, exogenous means it's something that is outside of the system that is inserted into the system, and endogenous means it's within the system. Because if you're trying to do policy and economics, you're always trying to find those levers that are not affected by other decisions. It's something that you can add to the environment, not something that's already existing within. And so we're doing these long proofs trying to prove if this thing that is going to like change policy is exogenous or endogenous. And she was just making like simple mistakes in the proof, like a subtraction sign that should be an addition sign. And it's like that joke where like, oh, I turned it to a minus sign and everyone laughs. It's literally that, but you have like a room of 23 people like, no. I'm not following why, like how we got here because like this was a minus sign. So it was and like we genuinely felt bad, like, I'm sorry, I think that should be a plus sign. like, we felt so bad because we knew, like, she's, like, nervous, this is her first job, and, like, having a student be like, no, like, I think that's a plus sign because the other 9 people are, like, completely lost because they were able to keep up with it. Yes. Like, oh, it's like it was a whole semester of us going, like, oh, like, I'm really sorry, like, I think that's a plus sign, and...
That's brutal. That's just brutal.
I know. And, like, we talked about it after class, like, with the other student. I'm like, I feel like we need to say something because, like, everyone else in the class are going to be wrong, and then, like, we don't want to have, like, our own, like, hey, like, why don't we have our, like, another class right after class in the library so we can tell you, like, what the proper signage should have been. Ugh. But yeah, that was uncomfortable for very different reasons.
Yikes. Yeah, it's definitely there was I think it was during that final year at some point I was approached by the head of the physics department because they knew, like, I was officially a tutor for the chemistry department. Like, they had a list of students that were high, like, in their final years or whatever, who, like, had kind of, like, proven they knew what they were doing and also seemed to have good results, like, trying to, like, help their classmates out. So they're like, hey, like, here's, like, an official, like, tutor list or whatever. And I was on that. I even, like, I was grading papers for some of the professors, and then there was actually, they didn't have enough PhD students to run all of the chemistry labs, so they had some of the final year students also, like, they offered it to us as, like, do you want to make some money? You can teach, you can be a TA. So I was a TA for 2 years. I did it for my 4th and my 5th year. And so I was on the tutor list and I do all this, and the physics department, like, knew that. And so I actually had the head of the physics department come to me and they're like, hey, would you mind tutoring someone technically in math, but, like, it's just trig level stuff? And I was like, potentially? Like, why is this conversation happening, like, with you here? Like, what's going on? And there was a PhD student that they had accepted from like, another country or whatever. I don't know what the admission process was. Like, in theory, they had passed the GREs and stuff like that and got whatever score they wanted them to have. But I guess, like, after she had arrived here and started, it was very clear she did not have a good, like, a solid understanding of, like, some of, like, the math that was expected. So, like, can you tutor her? And I was like, sure. We'll give it. It's like, it's weird that I'm tutoring a PhD student, but sure. So I ended up, she was so lovely. She was so lovely. She invited me to her house and, like, cooked me a wonderful, like, authentic, I want to say she was from Saudi Arabia. Like, she cooked me a dinner of all kinds of, like, the things that she grew up with and, like, her comfort foods and things like that. And it was a wonderful dinner. But I was there for 8 hours. She did not, and it was supposed to be over, like, some trig stuff. We got through 5 problems because the idea of, like, what we would all at this point call, like, SOHCAHTOA, like, doing what is sine, what is cosine, and what is tangent. She did not know that. And even after I wrote it out, she did not know how to apply it. And at the end of 8 hours, she still didn't get it. And I was like, that's not good. I am in Calc 5 right now to be able to continue on the undergrad track. That's concerning. So I was like, yeah, I can tutor her. And then we had this first meeting and I had to go back to the department head and I was like, hey, I don't think I'm the person for this. I don't think I can help her. And he was like, well, why not? He's like, this is very basic stuff. I was like, I know. I was like, she doesn't need a tutor for trig. She needs to be in the trig class. She needs a full class. This is not something a tutor can help with. It's like, she does not know these things. And I felt really bad. And I was like, I don't want her to get, like, kicked out or sent back. Like, none of that stuff. But I was like, I am already doing all of these things. I was like, she needs a full-ass class. I don't have 20 hours a week to teach her how to do trig. I cannot do it. But it was always such a weird thing to me that it's like, they didn't go to any of the other, like, PhD students or master's students. It was like, oh, this person, come here, you do it. And it was just such a weird, in my head, I was like, that's always been, like, a weird choice that happened. So, I don't know, I guess I was just very personable or whatever the fuck. What happened? Ha ha ha!
Yeah. Yeah, not too dissimilar from my grad school days, where they had a few PhD students either go on sabbatical or maternity leave, so they needed extra TAs, and they asked me, and I was like, yeah, I would love to have a job. Yeah, so they didn't have a situation like that. Like, I tutored, I proctored or taught intro econ and stats for undergrads, and then just, having some of my other classmates in grad school come in because, again, our macro teacher, brand new, and would mess up the formulas, so they would come in.
See you again.
But the way our department was set up, the TAs had to share basically a TA, like a giant TA room that had like dry erase boards and desks with the English department because they did things in alphabetical order.
Interesting.
So the TAs, like half the room on the diagonal was split with economics and then English. And let me tell you, there was a very big difference between the type of TAs that the English department had and the econ department had. So like the econ department had people like me. I want everyone to picture me and then just multiply me by 3. That was what econ had. The English group were like the supermodels. They're like these beautiful women. They're like, yes, let's deconstruct this sentence. And like I'm looking at how they're deconstructing the sentence and seeing like these like trees and like past, present participles and prepositions. And here we are doing like Calc 1 and like doing these proofs, and we're kind of like looking at each other, looking at our stuff. It's like, we're not too dissimilar. We're not too different, you and I. And they're like, no, we are very different. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry for talking to you. And they go back to my work.
Oh, this place has too many vowels in its name. What is
like
this?
Ohio?
Like Ohio.
All right.
Truly too many vowels. It doesn't invite people who may enjoy art music. That sounds like this is very targeted. I hate how big this map is. I fucking hate it. Why is it so...
That's wild!
The last school-related thing I actually have on my post-it note, so this is just a night of clumsy segues. You're welcome, everyone. At Justin oldest daughter's elementary school, there were 4 first-grade sections, and 2 of the first-grade teachers they're very big Alabama and Tennessee fans, and they recently played, so they were like really getting into it and like getting their classes involved, and like I don't want to say pranking, but like kind of somewhat tampering with the other classes, like putting Tennessee colors up or putting Alabama colors up. And my daughter asked Jamf, because Jamf works at the school as a psychologist, like what are they doing? Like, she doesn't understand like that kind of like passion for sports because they're in first grade. Of like, I wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah.
And like, Justin oldest daughter and her friends were in the hallway, ran into my wife. They're like, we don't get it. And in that moment, I realized that my daughter and her friends must be like, in the Harry Potter universe, they must be random Ravenclaw students during the Harry Potter years. Like, I'm just here to learn. I don't know what the hell is going on with Gryffindor and Slytherin right now. Like, I'm just trying to do my stuff. I don't like it. I don't understand it. Why are they getting all this attention? I am just trying to do my simple addition, and there's just like dogs and elephants and colors.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Why can't I talk to you? God.
Because you need to progress the game. Like, it is deliberately.
Then why put him here? Here's the thing: is they made a point of being like, he's here again, and then let me talk to him. Otherwise, don't draw attention to him.
Yeah. Jen, you remember how you were saying, like, DNA's like code, and, sometimes it just gets a little wonky and it doesn't do what you expect it to do? That's why he's there.
This is fucking stupid. Anyway, okay, yours will go up, and I don't think there's anybody else. Okay, so yeah, sure, we'll answer through Tava then.
Yeah. Have you gone on your fake date with Gwen yet?
No, because I can't find her! She's missing! I keep trying to look for her, and she's not anywhere!
That sounds like Gwen.
It does.
It's like, imagine that there was a plan. It's like, okay, we need to infiltrate this gala that's happening. Gwen and Nico, you're gonna go as a couple. Gwen is invisible. Where's Gwen?
Gwen is gone. Oh God. Yeah. Before, let's see. I have a couple things left on my list. I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with this one's fun. So Jeff and I went to our speakeasy last night.
Ooh, fun.
We hadn't been in a really long time. And they've currently got a new menu that we're starting to work our way through. And so we're like, we gotta go do it. And we had not been on like a Monday night. Cause or not a Monday night, that was Tuesday. We've not been on a Tuesday night. So it's like, cool, there's probably like different people working there than normal. Like, let's see what this vibe is like. So we ended up sitting at the bar, because the bar has very few seats. And it's like, this is probably like the most away from people we'll actually be able to be. This is the way, for people who don't know, the way the speakeasy is set up, it's like you don't go up to the bar to like order anything. Like there is wait staff that like comes around and like takes your order and everything, and you stay at your little tables or whatever. So like, and we ended up at the end of it too, so it was like there was nobody by us. It was awesome. But it also meant we got a really good view of most of the rest of the space.
Go on.
A couple sits down.
I love these stories. Go on.
And as they're sitting down, I'm looking at Jeff, and I was like, you need to go look at the ruffles on this woman. This is like armor. She is wearing a shirt that has ruffles that are literally like... And not even like the soft ruffles. These are like the harsh, like pleated ruffles that are like sticking out from her shoulders. Like they're going down the whole shirt. Like there's like a V-neck thing and it's lining the V, but they're also like coming off the shoulder. Like a solid like 3 inches extending beyond her actual body space. So she's wearing this and he's like, you know, dressed like normal or whatever. And they sit down, and I'm just like, the ruffles are something. And now we're not intentionally watching them, but anytime anytime I'm looking at Jeff to talk to him, they're in my line of sight. So I can just see how things are progressing. So I managed to like look and like catch initially, her pickup. It's like I can see the TikTok app screen. She is recording video segments to make a TikTok video of having been here. So I'm like, first of all, personally, strike 1. But 2, like, she does this, and I catch her doing it twice. And then at some point, like, Jeff isn't seeing most of this. And he turns to me, he's like, so how long do you think these people have been together? And I was like, less than 6 months. Like, at 6 months at best, I'm going with less than that. He's like, oh, I was gonna go for like a year. I was like, no, here's the thing. Here's what you're not noticing, because you don't get to stare at them the way that I'm getting to. Is the entire time that they've been here, she is kind of turned towards him. He is parallel to the bar. He is not open towards her, and anytime he takes a drink, he's doing it with the arm that's between them and not the other one. He is constantly creating a barrier. Something is happening here.
Oh boy.
And he's like, okay. And so now he's paying attention now that I've said this. After we have this conversation, we know she has not put her phone down a single time. She has had the phone. She's showing him some things on it sometimes, but she just has her phone. And he is getting less and less interested by what is happening at this bar. And finally, I lean over. I'm like, all right, I'm going to amend my 6 months maximum thing. This is a 3 months maximum, and I'm going, this might be date 2 or 3, honestly. I was like, this looks like someone who has figured out that this is not the person he was like actually thought they were going to be. And he's like maybe hoping to get something out of it tonight, and then we'll not call her again. And I was like, we're watching him figure out this is not a relationship he wants to stick in.
He is unfollowing her on TikTok.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it was so funny to watch like the ruffles and then just watch him be like all smiley, and then like as the night went on, like that not being the case.
Yeah. You can actually pinpoint the exact moment the light left his eyes.
Yeah, 100%. It was very interesting though. There was another person who sat down at the bar, kind of like between us and them. And he was by himself, and he was there, and we were listening to the bartender, like, talk to him and be like, hey, have you been with us before? We get the feeling there's been a new influx of people there, because, like, they asked us when we got there, like, it was like, oh, like, are you, like, have you been with us before? Like, oh, we've been coming here for years, but it's like, we've not been on a Tuesday, so, like, we're, like, clearly, like, it's not unreasonable that the people that are working this night don't know who we are. But like the waiter who like knows us by name and stuff like was not there last night, which was very upsetting because we want to see how he was doing. So it's a bunch of new people, so it's like that's totally reasonable or whatever. But this guy is like, yeah, it's bright. He's like, I just found out about this place a couple weeks ago. This is the first time I've been able to come in. He was like, I don't really know. He's like, the menu. James, you've seen the menu. The menu is unhinged. It has mixed. It has combinations of things that you're like, yeah.
There are no hinges on this menu.
Zero hinges. Like it. There's combinations of things where you're like, what? Like the when we first found them, they like change their menu every year or so. And like the first menu we had there, my favorite cocktail, I ordered kind of as a joke because I was like, how could this be? Like, this is gonna be gross and atrocious because one of the main ingredients was butter.
Ugh.
In a cocktail. And I was like, that can't be good. And I'll be damned if it was not the best goddamn drink on that menu. Because it didn't taste like butter. You got like that smoothness that butter gives things, but with none of the buttery flavor.
Nice.
It was wild. Anyways, I loved that.
They just need to do that. They just need to do that with cucumber water.
Oh god, butter cucumber water. No. Caffeinated butter cucumber water. For the record, the water last night was very cucumber. I was very upset. Anyways, so this guy's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to get. And the bartender's like, I can make some recommendations, whatever. And at that point, Jeff leans over. He's like, we've also been coming here for a couple of years. If you want recommendations from us, we are happy to tell you what our favorites are on this current menu. And the guy was like, that would be great. So we're like flipping through it. And I was like, because he was like, I saw... Like, he, like, described something. I was like, that was on the previous menu. They don't have that one right now. But if you liked that one, or if you wanted to try that one, this is the next closest thing. And so, like, we're, like, giving him recommendations of stuff. And one of the things on that menu, or that particular drink, one of the things said it came with an edible cloud. And he was like, what is that? And I was like, if I tell you, you're not going to order it. I need you to trust me that it is delicious. And he was like, okay. I'm gonna get that. So the bartender like goes and does his things and brings out his glass, which has the drink in it, and then like a wire stand thing that I think would normally hold like one of the paper cones full of like fries or something like that. You know, like it's like that kind of like a serving thing. Like, this is how I'm gonna hand this to you. And it just has a tower of bubbles on it. Like what looks like bubble bath bubbles. Because these bubbles are made from like a sugar solution. Like, they are still liquid and like poppy, like bubble bubbles are. But it is a fully edible thing that's like almost like cotton candy kind of flavored. And it goes with the drink really well. But it's it's not like that makes your teeth hurt like pure sugar that cotton candy is. It's like actually well flavored, so it's not like essence of it. Because they are very good at what they do here. And so that shows up, and the guy's like, okay, all right, let's... And so he takes a sip of the drink, and then, like, just, like, takes a bite of the bubbles, and he looks at me, he's like, that is very good, and you're right, if you had told me it was gonna look like this, I would not have gotten it. And I was like, there you go. I was like, I needed you to trust me. I was like, here's the other thing, is there's another drink on here that you're gonna look at. It's one I ended up, getting 2 times ago, where I was like, you're gonna look at it and you're gonna be like, that sounds like it's gonna be ridiculous and weird because it says it comes with a bucket. You gotta do it. And because the way this drink comes is it comes with a tiny little like a shot glass sized little metal bucket that's like full of like a lime sorbet that like goes with the drink. And I was like, I know you're gonna look at it and be like, I'm not getting a bucket. It's a tiny bucket and it's delicious. You need to get it.
I don't know if there's a term, like if there's a sommelier for liquor, but I feel like you would excel at that. Like, you could size up a person who goes, I think you'll like this.
I like to think so. I definitely wouldn't put myself in sommelier territory. I feel like Jeff and I combined would be a single sommelier for liquor stuff, because I think he's very good at identifying flavors and things. and I can feel the reaction you're gonna have to this, and I just need you to go with it. I feel like I'm very good at identifying the essence of what the drink is. And that's how I'm able to pair things with people.
I want you to know, I went along with you, but my eyes rolled in the back of my head when you said that.
Because I can tell, like, the general flavor, but it's like there's something about, like, the way it interacts with my brain that I'm like, I can tell, like, the kind of energy you're looking for out of your drink. I can make a recommendation for you.
Maybe said another way, you can tell the story it's trying to tell.
Yeah. Whatever makes it so that way you're less upset about it.
Yeah. You could take a sip and you could be like, oh, someone hurt you in high school. And you're like, yeah.
One of the first drink Jeff had last night. So right now their current menu is based on, I think they've called this menu like memories or something like that. And so all the drinks are labeled like first kiss, going to the movies, beach vacate, like things like that. Beach vacation is the one that comes with the little bucket. Daydreaming is the one that comes with the cloud. So there's what the first drink Jeff had last night was called Heartbreak. So you're talking about the, this is what you need right now. And it was funny because it was supposed to be like a chocolate liqueur and like a red wine base and like all these things that sounded very dark. And the glass shows up and we can see through it.
Interesting.
And we're like, what the it was fucking delicious. It's sure enough, it tasted like chocolate and red wine and whatever, but it was a light red. But it was transparent. You could see straight through it. It was not like a dark, like you just said, from like a red wine or whatever. It was not anything like that. And I was like, I don't know what, my brain cannot comprehend what's going on here. So that was interesting, but.
Ash, I'm sorry to interrupt. Ashley has challenged us. Good luck with matching the vibe of my first kiss with a drink first kiss. I didn't like it so bad I had a panic attack. I think you just had Red Bull. That's what it sounds like. You just drank Red Bull.
No, or a Four Loko, like.
Yeah. You were expecting an alcoholic beverage, and you got Red Bull.
Yeah.
And yeah.
For what it's worth, the drink called First Kiss is very good. It was one of the first ones I had off of this menu. Because the nice thing about how this menu is set up is they're kind of set up from like lightest to like heaviest. So I was like, cool, I want to start towards the front and kind of progress throughout the night. So that way I'm not like, I don't want to start off with something that's going to really like punch my taste buds and make it hard to like see what else is going on.
You don't want to start off like a Russian calc teacher starting off big and getting smaller.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. The First Kiss drink was very, very good though. It was a nice, like, fruity flavored vodka, and I think there was something effervescent mixed in with it, and it's very good. Our favorite drink off this menu is called Grandma's Cooking. It smells like the kitchen on Thanksgiving. Which on the one hand is a wonderful smell, and on the other hand is not a smell you would associate with a cocktail that should be good. But I'll be fucking damned. It's the tastiest thing on that menu. We ended up I was like, I'm just getting new stuff tonight. I just want to get new stuff just so we can get through this menu and decide what our favorites are. And I did two new things, and I was like, fuck it, I gotta get a Grandma's Cooking. It's so, Jeff had also had one. We usually try to split things up. And I was like, no, I need my own. I need it. It's so good.
It's mine.
It is wonderful. Yeah, I enjoy their menu experimentation that they do, for sure. But yeah, it's Grandma's Cooking and Heartbreak. Playing in a Field is one I have not worked up the courage to try yet because it's like lemongrass, tarragon, mint oil. I was just like, oh, there's a lot going on here that I feel like individually I have problems with. But also these people are very good at making drinks, so I'm gonna give it a shot. So I haven't gotten there yet. I almost did it last night, and then I went for Grandma's Cooking instead. But
not a bad choice.
Yeah.
Carl is dropping some facts in
chat.
Oh
god, there's a big old text block. I'll let you do that.
Yeah, the TLDR is that there are certifications to be experts with particular liquors.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's sommelier, but other times it's ambassador or it is expert.
Ambassador, that's the word I was looking for when we were talking about this a few weeks ago. Jeff's mom is, like, because she is the whiskey sommelier, and I was like, there's a word for it, I can't remember what it is. There we go. Now we finally solved that.
So, Carl, I don't know what the proper pronunciation is of that word is, but I immediately went to Italian in my mind, and I read that as Siciliones, and I feel like that's wrong. Grand alcohol visor. Yeah, that's a good one.
There we go.
Or vizier if you're from South England. You could also hear me rolling my eyes. the posh accent. Mm.
Oh, I got 3 music notes. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Robbie Damon is handing them out like they're rare. Like, oh, you have one, you can have one. She's like, here, take all of my music notes. Grand alcohol Theron. That's really good, Flash.
I feel like that's me. That feels like a general thing. Okay, I need to say I'm gonna start with Flash. I need you to know I'm making a joke right now. I'm making a joke, but I'm reading this and it says, Jen, if you've taught me anything, not everything that sounds disgusting is actually disgusting. And the way I initially read this was the very sarcastic, like, I have proven to you, like, my existence has been like, oh, just because something looks terrible doesn't mean it is. I took, like it was a very, like, personal interpretation of it, and it cracked me up, because I wanted to be like, oh, really? I've taught you that just because something sounds disgusting doesn't mean it is? Like, like, that kind of energy to it. And then I was like, if I do that off the bat, they might think I'm serious and feel real bad. So I needed to walk you through that. I thought it was very funny. And I wanted to make that joke, but I also didn't want to, like, potentially worry you. So just wanted to take everybody on that journey I went down.
Oh, so Carl put the pronunciation in there. It actually does sound Italian. Cicerone.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's a very Italian root. Here's I'm just full of clumsy segues today. Pardon everyone, but maybe Flash was playing Truth or Lie, and he was telling the lie. It's like, you're disgusting.
All right, we're in D&D territory.
It's after 9 o'clock.
It is after 9, yeah.
Yeah. So, in Jen's campaign that Ashley and I and Sassy are playing in, I introduced a role-playing game within the role-playing game to help, flesh out characters' backstories and in an engaging way. And it is called Truth and Lie. And the way that you play Truth and Lie is that as a character, you look to the character to your right and you ask them a question, a single question. That character can either tell the truth or tell a lie about that. And then you can roll an insight check, and everyone at the table can roll an insight check to see if it's a truth or a lie, or you can do no rolling and you just have to figure it out yourself. Now, the interesting thing is that after that question is answered, the same person asks another question. But this time, that character has to do the opposite of what they did on the first question. So if they were truthful with their first question, they have to tell a lie on their second question and vice versa. So if you're able to figure out, like, oh, this character lied to me on the first question, I'm gonna, like, throw in either, like, a really funny question or, like, a hard-hitting question, and I know they have to tell the truth. And I like the game because it's simple, it's 2 questions, there's some layers to it, and everyone at the table can be engaged, because everyone can be rolling insight, everyone can be trying to figure out, like, okay, what was the truth, what was the lie? And then if you're the person asking the question, you can dig in and, like, really, like, try to get, like, a tough question, and if you know they have to be truthful.
I'm gonna interrupt. We already speed ran Charm, and I'm maxed out on that. I need to be getting Kindness up right now. Are there any nighttime activities to get Kindness up other than, like, I can clean and I get a single music note from that? Is there anything else?
So at night, I think it's does eating a big burger improve your kindness?
Like that's guts, but I think anything else was. I think it just randomly gave you another stat. So like maybe.
So at night, okay, yes, if you go, like, you go to
Oh,
the
this
bar,
is the. You're very robot-y, and this is very upsetting.
bleep blurp. Blurp.
All right, you're back.
Okay. If you go to the red light district and you go to the bar where you met the reporter, if you talk to the bartender, she can give you a part-time job of being a bartender.
Okay.
And there you can learn kindness if you talk to a specific person. It's like in Persona 4, like if you talk to...
I remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's. Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, but you don't want to talk to her because she's worthless. You want to talk to the bartender.
But
who's a
yeah, but like this,
significantly
but this is
better
the area I want to be going to. Okay. Oh yeah, now it gives me the button. Yeah, let's go try that. Okay, you may continue your story.
Yeah. So, Truth or Lie, it's a very fun way. It gets everyone engaged at the table with roles and trying to figure out truth and lie. And Ashley, I know you're here, and I hope you don't mind me telling this, but when we played, my character asked Ashley's character a question, and she was truthful on the first one. So the next question had to be a lie. And the question was like, you know, do you like your mentor? And she goes, oh yeah, I love her, like without thinking. And we all started cracking up laughing because we knew it was supposed to be a lie, but she answered so quickly. Like we were all just dying at the table. It's like, oh yeah, I love her.
I mean...
She's not letting me... Oh, I just have to talk to you repeatedly. Okay.
That's rough.
Yeah, I'm getting nowhere here.
Okay, so I guess
I
guess we have not progressed far enough in the game for you to get hired as a bartender.
Okay.
Yet.
That's fine.
But yeah, that's the other place you would get kindness at night.
Okay. Well, at least I've got that information now. I could go clean and get my single fucking music note, or I can go do that. Yeah, I guess what do I do with my evening right now?
You could go to the jazz club with someone.
Oh, I could. Where is that again? I know. I just want to make sure you know.
Kiki Joji.
Okay. Oh fuck yeah! There we go.
The jazz club. Hear the jazz flute.
I see.
Yeah, the ooh, we're gonna get more stamina hanging out with my not yet girlfriend.
Oh. What do you want to do?
Fuck yeah.
I think she'll feel insulted if you think her stamina isn't high enough.
There's no safe response to this, so I'm just gonna move past it.
See, that's a good Truth or Lie question.
Yeah, no, Ashley's fuck up in answering that was so good. It was a beautiful moment, and it was a great RPE thing.
Yeah. Hey. And you know what the fun thing is? That's something that you can take outside of D&D, and you can do like if you have people over, like usually if drinks are involved, like everyone gets a yeah.
I don't know if I would do that.
Oh, like the singer's actually here tonight.
Hell yeah. And you know she's good because she's fully rendered.
Yeah, and your back's to her, so you know she's great. Definitely.
I want to know what Gwen is talking about.
What do you think, Jen?
I'm not elaborating on any of this because Ashley's here and has a fanfic she's writing.
But it's your character, Jen. So, Jen, what is Gwen worried about?
Boy, well, we'll revisit this after Saturday.
Okay.
Oh my god. It's fine. So the only D&D thing I have on my list, because at this point, I'm kind of trapped, is I kind of have 3 D&D games, but I'm DMing 2 of them, and they are related to each other, so I can no longer talk about those, because you guys are players in them.
We are players.
So I can't just talk about what the fuck I'm doing with everybody in those. And then Breach doesn't happen very often, so I don't usually have things for that. But there was something I realized that I meant to have on my list for last week that I forgot to write down, and then we just ran out of time for stuff anyways. So with all the 6th edition playtest things that are happening, there's been updates to classes, and updates to existing spells, and all of that kind of stuff, which has sparked some people to look at spells that are not currently being messed with in these playtests, but being like, hey, like, if we're already updating stuff, like, are there other spells that making some kind of change to would be advantageous, would make them balance more? And I saw a suggestion for a change to the shield spell, and I sent it to James, and I was like, we're not going to talk about this right now. We're saving this for stream to talk about it later. And then we didn't talk about it, because I forgot. So, and then I thought of it earlier, so I wrote it down on my list, and then also went and found the original screenshot of what the proposal was. So, again, this is not in the actual Unearthed Arcana. This is not an actual Wizards of the Coast thing. This is just, like, a person I stumbled across talking about, like, different spells they would want to make changes to, and they brought up the shield spell. So right now, shield is something you cast as a reaction, and it increases your AC by 5 until the start of your next turn. That's what it does. So it's just to the start of your next turn. So, like, if you cast it in reaction to something that the person right before you did, that's just where it exists for literally half a second. But it's an important half a second. But it is just half a second. And then it's gone. And then it also gives you no bonuses to anything else. It's just to your AC, which I feel like becomes less helpful when you're at higher levels because fewer things are hitting you directly and you're mostly doing saving throws. So this was a suggestion that someone made to be like, okay, cool, it's still a reaction. You still take it as a reaction of, like, when you are hit by an attack. But then also says when you're hit by an attack or are required to make a dexterity saving throw. And their suggestion is that, like, instead of it just being a blanket plus 5 to your AC, you gain 5 temporary hit points. And while you have these temporary hit points, you count as having 3/4 cover, which gives you a plus 5 to your AC, but also gives you advantage on dexterity saving throws. So they add that extra element into it. And then, of course, the way shield normally works is, like, you take no damage from magic missile. Also that. And I thought this was a very interesting suggestion. And I should point out, it says you gain 5 temporary hit points that can last until the start of your next turn. So I guess it does still have the same problem of, like, it might last for only a little bit. So that's the way this suggestion is written, and I wanted to talk about it because I think it's a very interesting change to the spell to be able to add, like, to make it a cover thing, so you can add a dexterity saving throw bonus into it as well.
So my first thing is, what is Gwen talking about on the screen right now?
Interesting. I think the last sentence was something about Aikido.
Okay.
But
I hope so.
But this does seem a little... Yes. There it is. But this is quite a sentence I just stopped on for a while.
So, with the shield spell, there are certain things that I really like about it. And then there's one way that, like, I would absolutely break it as a player. So, I like the idea that you're still getting the plus 5 because... And I love idea...
Oh, I could probably just... Oh, God. There we go. There's all my buttons. So, I don't know if I want to get rid of the thing. Oh, maybe get rid of the forget. Gwen's not really a healer.
Yeah,
I feel like I've got enough other healer stuff.
Gwen is absolutely your main healer in your party right now.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Okay, if you say so. I don't feel like that was true, but I'll go with it. Okay, so then I guess I'll just get rid of the forget.
Gwen, much like D&D, Gwen excels at many things, and healing just in this case is... Yeah, she's a very good healer, and she also does a lot of damage, too.
I feel like... Okay. I feel like I was using On for all of my healing.
On is a good... She's a good healer as well. But Makoto gets Mikoto is going to get more powerful heals later, and On is not.
Gross. All right, so I'm getting rid of the forget then.
So what I like about Shield, the way that it's
Right.
the
What?
Yeah.
40. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, that's why you go on musician night when the musician shows up or the singer shows up.
Fuck. That's half of Gwen's current HP. Not quite. It's not quite half,
Yeah,
but it's
she
shit.
definitely exceeds. It exceeds Vasile now.
God damn. All right.
Thank you.
Good night, Metric.
Anyway, I like the temporary hit points because what that means is if you're using shield for the AC bonus, it's not going to hit.
All right then.
Right, because you wouldn't
Yeah.
cast shield if you're still going to get hit. So those temp hit points are still there, and then the spell is still functioning as it stands today. If you're using it for a dex saving throw, the chances are that you are going to lose those 5 hit points even if you succeed on your dex save, because you usually take half damage. So in the instance that you're just trying to mitigate damage from that one source, it does its job, and then you move on.
Yeah.
As if the spell weren't there. The way I would break it is that there are things that you can do to increase your temporary hit points. Like if you're an abjure wizard, if you cast heroism, if you're a cleric or a bard. And Robbie's talking, so I'll stop
You know
for
the
a second.
rankings that are popular
Oh, yeah.
nowadays? Are you interested in them too?
I will point out this one did also suggest that you could upcast it to increase your temporary hit points. So just to also put that out there. I mean, I'm interested in them because I'm fascinated by them. I don't think that's the answer you want, though. I'm going with it, but...
I don't blame you. Everyone's paying attention to it. Did you know my name is listed too? It's apparently due to my recent disapproval of the group.
I'm certainly not bitter about it at all.
Before I knew it, I turned into a bona fide villain.
Yeah, see, here's the problem, is I don't think you've turned into one. I'm afraid you've been one.
Still, I thought that if I became a target, I could figure out their methods.
Oh no.
The idea was appealing when I thought about it. Of course, there's no guarantee I'd be safe.
Oh god, buddy, no, don't.
Well, talking anymore will make us late.
I don't
See you
like
later.
this train of thought.
Choo-choo, going to get on a train.
Oh boy.
But yeah,
It's
like
all
there's
over
so
the
many
news.
spells that can refresh your hit points. So, and like that's the thing that the game, if like 5th edition doesn't do well, is that the way temporary hit points work is that like if you have like 2 of 5 temporary hit points because like of shield, for example, then you cast like Armor of Agathes, which gives you temporary hit points. You would take the larger number. So are you
Okay, let's get started.
removing the temporary hit points from shield and now they're all Agathes temporary hit points, or have you refreshed your temporary hit point pool and now that the shield effect is still in place because you do have temporary hit points?
So I would say 2 things. One is this does say you have these temporary hit points until the start of your next turn, which means by the time it got around to your turn for you to cast that, because it's only a self spell, and like most of the things that would increase your temporary hit points are self spells. So like by the time you get to the beginning of your turn, these temporary hit points are gone anyways. So there's that. If they lasted beyond your turn, which is something that I would probably want to tweak on it. It's like, I like the idea of being like, cool, if you're going to bother expending a spell slot on it, like having the ability to be like, cool, I'm buffering myself enough to keep this up for a while. I feel like that should be rewarded. But it does also, I want to point out, says the specific phrasing on this suggestion is while you have these temporary hit points, not while you have temporary hit points. So I feel like if you replace them with something else, you don't have those temporary hit points anymore, so the effect would be gone anyways.
Yeah. I think you would need to do something like that because the way 5th edition treats temporary hit points, it's not explicitly clear mechanically what happens other than you take biggest number and those are your temporary hit points. Move on. Like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I like the idea of it because excuse me. It's like I like shield. I don't like how limited its usage can be. That's part of why I had Gwen make the spell to be able to cast shield on other people. I was like, I like the idea of this spell having more utility to it. So the suggestion of tying it to something else was interesting to me. I feel like it nerfs it a little bit to be like, oh, it's while you have these temporary hit points, but still also only until the beginning of your next turn, making it potentially last less time. It's like, all right, only count on being able to negate the attack that triggered it. After that, it's a free-for-all. It's like, I feel like it nerfs it. Is that nerf balanced enough by having advantage on dex saving throws? And I feel like the answer to that is no. I feel like all they've done is nerf shield. Now, if they were like, hey, it lasts while you have these temporary hit points and it's no longer dictated, like it doesn't end anyways by the start of your next turn, now I think it's interesting again.
Yeah. Very selfishly, so Vasile can cast shield. Vasile sits at a pretty dex bonus of 0, so the 3/4 cover on dex saving throws, I mean, statistically helps him, but realistically, probably not.
I also like the idea of maybe instead of it being like you have advantage on dex saving throws, it's like maybe instead of just straight up advantage, or maybe it is still also advantage, but like you've cast it, you also, while you've got these temporary hit points, you have evasion. So it's like, if you make the save, you don't take any damage. Now, because now I feel like it's more on par with shield, where shield is like, cool, I cast it in reaction to a thing happening to make me not take damage. So if you just have the extra,
if you make your save.
Yeah, so I'm saying like the way shield currently is. So like it's just like cool. It's like if somebody hits me, I'm gonna cast shield so that they don't. It's like cool. If you're gonna add the dex save thing into it, let's make it evasion and be like cool. I cast this, and until the start of my next turn, or until these hit points go away, or whatever, I now effectively have evasion. So like if I make my dex save, I actually don't take any damage. Or like even if I fail it, I still only take half. I think I like that as an amendment to this suggestion.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah. Whether you still at an advantage or not, I don't know. Then it might be like overpowered as fuck for a first level spell. But also like you can only do it once again. Well, yeah, having advantage for like your whole advantage and evasion for a whole fucking turn would be kind of a lot for a first level spell. So there's probably still some tweaks to be made. But yeah, I liked the idea of changing the way shield works, but there's definitely a lot. Shield is one of those spells that it feels like it's a really basic thing, like that there's not a lot of nuance to it, but when you start talking about changing it, all of a sudden it's like now there is suddenly many more layers to it that I hadn't thought about until we got into this conversation. I just started talking, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's this, and also this, and blah, blah, blah.
You know what I think the funny thing is, as you were talking through about like how you would like to have evasion with shield, then like, oh, it's a first level spell that you can have like advantage on all of your dex saving throws if you keep making them. I feel like that was the same train of thought that this author had, and it's like, well, how do I prevent it from lasting an entire turn if you're just making dex saves? And then like the temporary hit points became like the token measure of trying to make it a limited resource because your temp hit points are likely going to go away even if you take half damage anyway, and that's like the mechanical trigger to make sure that it doesn't last every single dex save for a turn.
I like that. Also, Pathos is interesting with the suggestion that like the temp HP actually dictates what the AC bonus is. So like you got +5 temporary hit points, you have +5 AC. Let's say something happens, you only take 2 damage. So now you've got 3 temporary HP, so now your AC is +3. I can't imagine a scenario where you're taking damage that little beyond like a first or second level existence, but that is an interesting thought of being able to scale it somehow.
Well, I know 3.5, and this isn't shield per se, but there was a feat, several feats in 3.5 that let you do something like that in trade-offs, that you could, I think it's called like defensive tactics, was one where you could deliberately lower your attack bonus, but the amount you lowered your attack bonus, your AC would increase. So like if you lowered your attack bonus by 3, you could increase your AC by 3 for that turn. And then there was another one, I think it was called initiatives engagement or something like that, where you can trade your attack bonus for damage. Like if you decrease your attack bonus by 3, you increase the damage you do if you connect by 3. So they had feats that let you do that, and it was always good at higher levels because like at a certain point you're like, I'm plus 17 to hit, I can afford to drop 5 off of this to boost my AC or boost my damage output.
Nice going!
I've been here for 6 months and people are still shocked when I know things.
Well, see you.
They're just really set in their ways. Oh, you go to Hawaii tomorrow.
Yay.
Whee!
I
hope you get the save.
Yeah, oh fuck, that's right! This time tomorrow. No, this time tomorrow we'll be on a plane to Hawaii.
Yeah, Pathos is right. There's a feat chain that you can take. So it's like there's a lot of building you need to do or get these feats. But it's Cleave and Great Cleave. So Cleave is if you kill an enemy, you get to make another attack on an adjacent enemy. So like basically mechanically, like your weapon goes through the enemy that you just killed and hits the next one.
All right.
Great Cleave lets you keep doing that. So let's say you have like a bunch of like weak ass goblins around you. You kill one goblin on your first swing. Cleave activates, and then you make a swing against another goblin, and if you kill that goblin, you can continue going until you don't kill something adjacent to the enemies you're swinging at. It is very fun.
That's wild and incredible. What's happening on the screen is wild and concerning.
Yep, LA is the capital of America.
Oh my god.
I mean, at least I know Tokyo is the capital of Japan.
Oh my goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire. Yeah, Carl, congratulations. I can't believe this is how you found out, but okay, for the safe.
Yeah. We'll do Hawaii next week.
Yeah. Hopefully I can fucking track down Gwen before we go to Hawaii, but
well, here, so before you log off, it's very important, if you pull up your map, is Gwen available today up on the 3rd floor by the library? No, she's not.
And then it fucking keeps showing Maruki there. Fucking Sandals keeps showing up, but I can't talk to him. Fucking hell. Stupid. This is fucking stupid. Anyways.
You know, she got 40 hit points by drinking a non-alcoholic beverage at a jazz club. So remember, kids, always go to a jazz club. It will make you healthier.
Yeah, that's what we all learned from that.